Welcome, everybody, to Big and Bigger here on Cave Radio Broadcasting, www.crbradio.com. Episode number 197.
Coming so close, man.
3 more, man. 3 more, baby. We got, I think we take a break next week.
Hey,
Remember that
Ellen.
one time that I was on the show?
The fucking new guys, man.
Oh, this was you last
By the way, yeah, myself. By the way, we are broadcasting live on Facebook, on the Cave Radio page, on the Cave Radio Twitter page, which is at Real Cave Radio, and we are also broadcasting on the Cave Radio YouTube page.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, and I got to switch it over.
We're going to make 1/32
All right,
of a
everybody.
penny today. Hello.
Anyway, episode number 197. We got a great show planned. A capacity house.
Yeah,
House at
packed
capacity.
house. Yay.
Packed house. Next week we are off. It is the Easter holiday, and we're gonna take a break. Last year we had the beggars in here, and they had been drinking with their families all day long, and then came in and played, and it was fun.
Steven is the best.
Sensational
Yes.
Steve is the greatest.
Yeah.
One of the top 10 people I've ever met in this whole entire industry. So yeah, we got that. The following week, I should have pulled this up.
We got another band.
Yeah, we got another band. And then on the first week, May 5th, I believe it is, we have the Fruits, who I met last night. They were playing at the Detroit by Detroit show, which was at the Loving Touch, which is an amazing, amazing little show that they put on. 15 bands, Detroit bands, cover 15 old school Detroit bands. One of the bands, the name is slipping me right now, covered Eminem.
Yeah.
It was Eminem's a hard guy to
Hard like, I'll fuck you up?
No, hard like
Oh.
he's very fast with his.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Rick, what would you
What
call
song
it?
was it?
They did 4. They did Lose Yourself. They did Forgot About Dre.
Really? Which is a tricky verse.
Yeah, because and then you got the guy that did Dre too, and it was funny because they're all big giant white guys, and just they killed it though, man. It
Yeah.
was really good. I can't remember the other ones. I went live.
It's cadence, by the way. That was the word you were looking for.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
word. Yes.
Might have been Berserk or something, maybe. They do Berserk.
No, they did.
Something rocked out.
My
like
Name
that.
Is.
No.
They did one of his old ones, like before the Dre, the one with Dre
Just
hit.
Don't Give a Fuck.
Yes, yeah.
No shit.
And that's a really tough one.
Like
because-
rocked out.
Oh yeah, it was good. So they had my man. They had Odu playing sax. He also played bass, like not at the same time though.
That'd
That
been
would've
sweet, though.
That would have been pretty badass. They had a guitar player, drummer, and then a keyboard synth guy.
Nice.
And I talked to him, and we're gonna get him in the cave very soon.
Oh.
Probably sometime in July. They were saying they got something coming out.
Cool.
But yeah, so the Detroit by Detroit last night, great time. The Fruits, one of the bands, was there. And then on May 12th is our 200th episode. We got our good buddy Joe Jabber and The Last Divide going to be in here. Joe and Sharon were our very first guests on episode number 1 way back when. We also have the legendary Mark Pazman, the Paz Man, who was a teacher at Specs Howard for a little while. That's how I met him. But he was, what did he do? I think it was the Motor City Blues review he did for like.
Still think it was
20
That
Garage.
voice. They had that voice.
It might have been, yeah, he
Yeah.
does. It might have been
Yeah,
Motor
that
City
blues
because
voice
I thought
for
it was
years.
Little Steven's Garage came on after the Motor City Blues.
You
review.
could be right. I don't remember what I had for lunch today.
Yeah.
Same.
And I'm fat.
Yeah, me too. So, yeah, man, we got a great group of shows coming up here over the next 5 weeks to get to episode number 200, and it's every week, man. We meet new people that just kind of take us to that next level of friendship and everything, and that's what Cave Radio has been since we started it. We wanted it to be like a family kind of atmosphere and everything, and it kind of went away from that. But Big Al and Dawn and I, we try to welcome the Detroit community here on the radio show and have a good time and want you coming back. We want more of you guys. So.
More, give me more.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's what I heard.
Hi, Don.
Okay.
Hi.
Welcome Dawn to the show.
What's up?
First sexual reference of the evening.
So real quick before
Was it?
before we get rolling, congratulations.
Aren't we already rolling,
to
technically?
Tiger Woods, y'all.
Oh,
Yeah, how about that? With the early start?
Won his 5th Masters today, his 15th major. 11 years since his last major, which was the U.S. Open back in 2008. And he ends up
It's
winning.
amazing. I didn't even know he still played golf.
I know. That's the thing is, so
Well, he didn't.
Well, he did.
for a
you
long
know,
time.
For a while.
You know, and that was one of the
Back
question I was going to
surgeries.
ask because we got a full house
Waffle
here.
House.
Yeah, the waffle, yeah. Banging strippers,
Yeah.
you know, taking a golf club to the head
Living the life.
with it from his ex. You know, the
The
drugs.
rock star shit.
Like a year ago, almost to the date, was when he got pulled over in Florida, thinking he
And
was in
didn't know where he was.
California
Right.
on like 14 different drugs.
Didn't he just almost get his ankle broken by his what the dude that carries his clubs?
Oh, the caddy.
Caddy.
Okay.
There's a freeze frame. His shoulder was going right for his ankle.
Oh, no
Jesus.
shit.
Yeah.
Craziness. So yeah, so congratulations to Tiger
yeah.
Woods. At the age of 43, the second oldest person to win the Masters. Jack Nicklaus did it at 46.
This kind of like puts so when he came back and you had all the talk about Tiger, is he ever going to win another major tournament? Will he ever win a the Masters again or whatever? Like, so this win basically just puts all that shit behind him now.
Yep, and like I said,
And I don't really care.
right.
Maybe,
Because
maybe
the
not.
dude's
He
got a
still
ton
is
of
playing
money.
with a surgically repaired back that could go out on anyone who's in his 40s.
Right, but now that he's won
that he's won that
yeah.
next. You
But he
know,
came back and won the Masters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Like
And
that's a
that's-
big deal.
It is.
The Masters is a small field.
Listen,
There's half the amount of golfers as in other tournaments. This is the
All I
easiest one
mean
to
is
win.
like to come all the way back from
no,
everything
it's a
he's
hell
been.
of a story of
it's
redemption.
pretty sweet. Yeah.
Hell of a story of redemption.
Exactly.
The look on his face was unbelievable when he sunk that putt.
See, I didn't see it.
He just looked like it's all coming right back right now. That's
Right.
it.
And it's
like,
all
I'm back,
coming
bitches.
Dude,
That's
all
Yeah.
now that he's won it, he can start banging strippers again. He's going to start running the league again.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Look out! If you work at a Waffle House, look out.
Yep.
Look out, Jacksonville.
He's
Tiger's
coming out.
back.
He's coming out. He's coming out with his cock out right now. He's
Tiger
swinging.
fucking Woods.
So, like I said, we got a packed house tonight. You hear the voice you hear the second Sunday of every month. Augie is
What
here
up, though?
from the Whiskey in a Jar, an elected official.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
God
yeah.
damn it.
I thought you were.
I'm not elected. I'm just I'm appointed.
He's appointed.
Appointed.
He points
I'm a
over here,
public
he points
official.
over there.
He's
I'm a public official, not an elected official.
nice.
I know. So
Oh
I knew it
man,
was
we're
some-
about to get you in all sorts of trouble.
You no trouble you can get me. I'm the one who brought the liquor.
Yeah, that's I showed up stone
Speaking of
sober.
which,
Yeah, Augie gives no fucks. Seriously.
we got Augie. Mikey and Konrad are also in the back. And Michelle, hi. And DJ Tom, right?
DJ Tom T.
Tom T. They're here because there is a tracksuit party, the 7th annual tracksuit party. This coming up Friday, Good Friday, and they're here to promote that. And we're here to drink Polish blackberry brandy.
Yezhnówka. I don't
that-
bring this every when I come in all the time anymore. Only on the special twice a year you're getting Yeji. Magnum PI party and tracksuit party. You're gonna get Yej.
Yep.
I could dig
Sounds
That's
good
it.
to me.
That's good for my liver.
I
Mine
know.
too.
God, this is
That
peer
could
pressure.
get real rough.
Oh, it's bad.
It could get real rough.
Delicious.
And by the way, head on over to the Cave Radio page. We are broadcasting live on the Facebook page, and share that thing. Share it around, and let's get this this show out there. Al, I'm learning.
Are you?
Yeah, look, the title is right.
What was it before?
I usually leave last week's up, and then halfway through the show.
Oh,
change it.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, big and
Hey,
bigger.
you're getting better at
So
this.
I got here a little bit earlier.
Maybe
and
by episode 300, we'll have all this shit down.
I doubt it.
Dawn will
I
check
smoke
her
entirely too much weed
mic
for that
and
to happen.
headphones ahead of time. and-
Right.
That would be a good idea.
yeah.
I have to make it on time first.
We also have Rick Pruneda sitting to our right.
Hi.
And for a lot of the people that are listening right now, probably never thought this was ever going to happen.
Nope.
For us to be in the same room on the Cave Radio airwaves. But welcome.
Thank
welcome.
you. I appreciate
It's been a long time coming.
it. It was a very nice, warm welcome.
Yeah, we also have DJ Bohemoth
What's up, man?
in the house, and the legendary, sitting in between these two guys, the legendary Melvin Davis, the ambassador of soul here in Detroit. So we also
Morning
got
show
some other.
clap.
We got who we got?
We got Smoke Jones. in the
Smoke
back.
Jones,
We got Gordy Shea.
Gordy Shea,
Gordy O'Shea.
in the back, and then
Gordy O'Shea.
and Rick is here to promote his birthday party, which is next Saturday at the Three Blind Mice.
Yeah.
right? Three Blind Mice in Mount Clemens.
Yes, sir.
Mount Clemens. So lots of stuff to get to tonight. So first and foremost, I know Melvin is kind of on a limited time, so we're going to talk to him real quick and ask him a couple things about. First off, what was there was a video going around like Facebook Live? Was it last week? I think it was. There was a big party.
Oh, you mean the thing down at Third Man Records?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what was
that-
going on with that?
That
Thank
was
you, Bo.
like the culmination of a series of podcasts from the Crime Town series.
Okay.
And there was like 12 of them, and they were gracious enough to use my music on each and every one of them.
Crime Town podcast. I never
It's an amazing podcast.
It really is. Yeah.
See, I don't listen to podcasts.
You want to hear something crazy? I'm sitting there like, man, I feel like I hear Kwame Kilpatrick. What's the dude's name again that took the picture with your chain? Bo.
I don't.
News dude.
Ledoux, Charlie Ledoux,
Charlie
Ledoux,
Ledoux.
whatever.
Yeah.
Charlie the
He
Duff.
took a picture with my rope chain on with
Toasted.
the DBS logo.
And
It was
we
pretty sweet.
realize they're doing a podcast live, and I look up, and there's a picture of Kwame Kilpatrick. This guy has so much pull. He had Kwame call in from prison.
Shut up.
Yes.
The whole
Absolutely.
the Crime Town podcast is all Kwame calling from prison telling stories.
Oh, that's why it's called Crime
know.
Town,
Oh my
huh?
God.
That's exactly why it's called Crime Town.
Yeah, you got to put
I'm
money
like,
on his
I'd
account.
legit
He's only
feel
got
like-
3 minutes, though.
It's commissary, yeah. Throw a little
Like, I
something in this
legit feel like
commissary.
I'm
He gets
leaking
something.
right now. It's like Kwame's in the room.
Yeah, and what really freaked me out was, the place was packed.
Yeah.
So it was really a great crowd, a great atmosphere. And, I had my 10-piece band down there, and I had my boys with me, like DBS, and I was ready to rock out. So I'm standing there, and I hear someone introducing me. And I look up on the stage, and I don't see anybody. I said, well, maybe they're doing it from the booth. And I didn't find out until after the show was over. I was being introduced by Kwame Kilpatrick.
Shut up, man.
Yeah.
Are you serious? I didn't even hear that part.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
serious.
what's
You gotta
that?
be careful.
I
with
was
that.
there.
Yeah.
You might get indicted after that.
Oh, I asked him if the cops were outside waiting for me.
Yeah, no kidding. Everybody cheers.
Cheers.
To
Salute.
Yezhufka.
Little Yezhnufka.
Cheers to Melvin.
Thank you,
Soul
sir.
ambassadors.
Melvin.
Yeah, we're doing a shot right now while we're
Glub,
recording.
glub, 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 glub.
I was actually a loyal listener to the Crime Town
It's like a
podcast.
1,000 angels
You are?
dancing.
Yeah, I listened to that podcast pretty loyally. Hearing your music after
Wow,
the episodes,
actually-
it was great.
And
I
as a
don't
matter-
usually like Black
As a
Bird
matter of
band.
fact, the rock group Death.
Yeah,
they
Death.
come
That was
back-
the first black heavy metal band. Back.
Yeah,
They did
yeah.
They do the
Netflix
intro
thing.
song,
Dude,
right?
Yeah,
They're-
they do the intro song. And actually what they did was they had, I wish I had it with me, they had me do a version of Politicians in My Eyes. So they closed with that. So it's
Oh,
gonna-
really?
Yeah,
That's
Spotify
badass.
is going to make a big thing out of it and release it on 45. with
Death
Yeah,
is
man.
considered by many to be the original punk rock band.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
3 black dudes from Detroit. They were brothers, weren't they?
Plot twist. That one.
Weren't they brothers? I think there was a couple that were
There was
brothers.
a couple
more
of brothers
brothers.
in there. Yeah, I haven't had
And
the
not
opportunity-
brothers, like
Nobody
brothers.
wanted to admit that punk rock was started by a group
actual
of black
brothers.
guys.
Right,
I know. It's
I was
great.
like, ooh, let me just light up Facebook with this.
I just found out. There was some video floating around on Facebook like a year ago.
Yep.
And I watched.
Well,
that
I think
video.
it was 2 years ago is when that Netflix thing came out, and that was when I found out about him. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And it was just amazing to even think that.
Do you know
happened.
the back how they showed up again? What happened with that?
Wasn't it one of the
They
guys?
stopped talking about it,
Yeah.
and they weren't together. One of the guy's sons was going through the attic, and he didn't even know.
No, that's
Wow.
it.
Then he found, he's like, what is this? So the kid was like, I'm putting this out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then, boom, they blew up. They were playing Lollapalooza, everything.
That's how it should be. I mean, they should be rich by now.
Well, and so that's sort of how what happened with you too, Melvin, because you were
Not to that extent.
yeah, not
but
not
I'm
you
waiting.
didn't blow up like that. You're waiting, but I remember.
But it's not too late.
When,
Remember
it's
that.
never too late. I remember when you came in last time. You did the whole Motown thing, and you were always that guy in the back playing drums or background singing or whatever. And then you kind of did your own little thing, but you didn't. It wasn't until later in the '80s when you were touring around with your son singing and all that stuff, and you went overseas and all
There
that.
was, there was like a resurgence because it was a strange experience when I went overseas for the first time in 2004. Because this is going to sound crazy, but I had never, ever reflected on my history. Ever. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
That is crazy because I've written hundreds of songs, been with so many labels, written for dozens of people, done thousands of shows, played drums, keyboard, put bands together, promoted, did all that. I never reflected on it because I'm a person that lives in the moment.
Right.
And I mean, like, if a record wasn't a hit, like all the songs that I did when I first went overseas, the whole 12 songs of the show I had never done on stage before.
Wow.
Ever.
So then people were probably blown away because they heard all your old stuff.
It was like a Twilight Zone experience.
Right.
Because when I went out there, I'm gonna be ready. I'm a badass old man. So when I hit the stage, I opened up with Chains of Love, and the audience was absolutely still. And I'm singing, and I've got my little personality on, so I'm all right, And then I started wondering, are they all right? What's going on here, And they were just like staring at me. And then when it came to the break, and I did a little yell and jumped back and did a spin and did my little dance move, then they broke up. But then after the show, I realized that they were like in awe of me, like I was in awe of them.
Right.
they had been hearing me, and I've been participating in their lives and in their joy all their lives, and they had never seen me.
That's awesome.
So that was
is
that was
awesome.
that
That's
was
great.
That is badass.
yeah.
So how old were you when you first went over there?
No, I was in my 60s.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
And
like
you, but
last
you had-
week.
Yeah.
2004,
But
know?
you'd been playing shows from the '60s all the way through that, right?
You mean like in
No,
the
just
early
around
se-
here, doing stuff around here.
I was working at the post office.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because when they came out with first it was disco, that was all right.
Yeah.
Then they went to like it was just
It's
out
some
of
good
my
music,
element. It was
right.
out of my element, and I mean I in 80 what was it 86 87, I spent $160,000 on a badass CD and I couldn't even get it played. So then I said, hey, it's time for me to get a job.
You went to
You
the
know-
most
Yeah, 160,000.
dangerous place you could possibly go.
To the post
Right.
office.
He said, "Wait a minute,
I
Mr.
had
Postman."
I had never had a punch the clock job in my life, and I was
Flak vest.
42 years old. And I had hair way down my back. So when I did my orientation, everybody was running to see, like, who is this 7-foot guy with this hair that he can step on? I went the next day and got a haircut, And then, I mean, there was guys in the post office, like, it was 7, 8, 9 years later. And I was dispatching mail, and I had my headphones on. And my friend Robert, he said, what are you listening to? I said, some of my stuff. He said, what do you mean? I said, some stuff that I did, What? What do you mean? I said, I recorded some stuff. Get out of here. Let me hear it. He listens. And he says, yeah, that's pretty good, Melvin, but you'll never be able to do what that guy's doing. I said, but it's me. A couple of years later when I finally did a show, because the postal people, they never knew anything. I didn't go in the post office to talk about my career.
Right.
But, when they found out, man, you never should have been in here, I said, I got habits. I like to drive a car. I like to have somewhere to sleep, and I like to eat.
I got bills.
I mean, I'm not one of them guys with all that, sit up and look at my gold record and, reminisce. I'm a realist. Yep, that's why I'm here supporting you guys right now. I love the hell out of what you guys are doing.
Thank
We
you.
love you, too.
Yeah, we
That's
love you
we
too,
appreciate
man.
coming in.
That's why
for
we
sure.
do it.
Because we wouldn't have a show if it weren't for you guys all
Well,
coming in.
so many people in this city don't realize that this is one of the greatest music cities on planet Earth.
100%.
Amen.
It is the
True.
headquarters of rhythm and blues and rock and roll. I am soul, rock and roll, rhythm and blues, so I can attest to that. But Detroit has had more rhythm and blues recordings than any other city on the planet.
Wow.
300 fledgling record labels. See, I started all the way back when the music industry was pure and real. Because the whole thing with music, and soul music especially, what it really comes from is the soul. And it really comes from a guy with a 3-string guitar sitting on the back porch trying to ease his pain from picking fucking cotton all day.
Right.
But after they found out how much money it could make, then that becomes, like what they're going to judge it by. Just like I realized that Motown is our crowning.
Clowning.
Not the crowning glory.
Gotcha, man.
It's the crowning glory of our achievement. But that should never negate the efforts that people like you and I make,
Right.
because it's the roots. This city is much more extensively blessed than most of us know, and it's known better all over the world than it is right here. But you guys, what you're doing is helping to extend and promote that, and I congratulate you.
Thank you. Thank you. Man, I'd get chills every time you talk, man.
Right?
So much. The stories you could tell. I mean, and I've been toying around ideas for a while because I'm good friends with T Money Green, also, and Tino Gross is another friend of the Cave and a friend, and I've been toying around with doing like a video rockumentary type thing and start with a guy like you who was back in Motown and kind of talk about the stories there and throw some videos or some clips together and then bridge that into where T Money came in, because he came in the late 60s, early 70s playing with the Dramatics, you know what I mean? And then Tino was playing with Iggy Pop in the late 70s or whatever it was. So I want to bridge that gap and then come all the way up to guys like Bo and Rick who are doing stuff nowadays, and some of the younger bands that come in. But just hearing the stories, I could listen to you and T and Tino talk all day long.
And see, what you're talking about right now is something that I call unification of the generations.
Yep.
Because the guys sitting next to me, I've got a tune called Why Can't We Communicate? And they have, come up and done that with me, and it's just been, explosive. The show takes off,
Did you guys, did you do a Colleen's benefit because I wasn't there. I was down in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember everything going on, but I don't remember seeing videos or I wasn't there.
we all
so.
did it.
You know the most beautiful thing about this? There was one of the Soul Fest where everybody was there. Joe Pep, Pat Lewis, everybody
Carolyn
was there.
Crawford.
And we get off stage where, Carolyn Crawford, we're
Leroy
telling
Manuel of
them
the Fabulous Counts.
this was such an honor to play this show. You know, they wanted us in the group shot.
Yeah, the
We're
big
like,
group
this is such
picture
an
with
honor to
everybody.
play this show with you. And I remember it was Joe Pep or who turned around and goes, it was an honor to play with you guys. And I'm like, stop.
Are you
Right.
kidding me? Come on, stop.
Like, we shouldn't be. It makes no sense. We're not worthy.
We, yeah,
We're not worthy.
Like if you look at the picture, there's 3 people in that picture that look like they don't belong in it,
Right.
and it's me,
now,
Rick, and Brad.
and now it's a staple.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, absolutely. It was the biggest honor.
But this
you know-
last one I loved because it was like a changing of the guards with your singers. With
Yeah.
Yeah,
names.
they got off the stage and they just were like,
But also, you know,
We all
that's,
got hugs
that's
and
an
kisses.
example of what we're talking about here. It's a connection. It's a continuation of the energy that Detroit represents. And that's what you guys are doing. You're continuing that, you know, because it doesn't stop. The energy that caused Motown and all the great stuff that happened back in the 60s, that energy is still here. It just has to be, you know, like brought to the front and continue to promote it and do exactly what we're doing right here.
Right.
You know, whatever you got, now's the time to put it out there. Shine it up, drive it straight down Woodward.
And
You
like
know?
he said, like I say this all
It
the
gets
time.
you psyched up, doesn't
Not
it?
in Oakland
In the-
County in Detroit, not that Woodward.
In the beginning of Big and Bigger, he would say, I don't even listen to terrestrial radio anymore. I listen to local music. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And now, 200, almost 200 episodes in, I'm right with him. Like, I don't listen to radio anymore. I listen to local bands that I've been checking out and I've been promoting and want to go see live and that, and trying to get people that don't even know, like I was. I didn't know that this whole community exists, and then I discover it and want to tell everybody else about it. And
Well,
that's
see, the
gonna
radio,
keep that going.
The radio of old had a phenomenal responsibility, and it caused great things. You know, it brought the music, because that's one of the things I want to talk about in my book. You know, everybody knows, like I said, that Motown is the crowning glory. But there were so many other elements and components that went into the creation of this music mecca. And radio was one of them. How could we have gotten the music to the people without the DJs? What
Right.
you guys are doing right now is creating your own radio,
You
because
had a
the
DJ
radio
back there.
of past is gone.
Right.
That radio doesn't
Yeah, you
exist
can't take
anymore.
a record now to one of the radio stations
No.
locally and say, please play this. They'll
No.
laugh.
Just
Yeah,
like
I
our-
got 38 people this has to go through before this will
Right.
ever get on air.
Absolutely. When I had a new record out back in the late 70s, I took it to WJLB, and the guy says, "Well, it's being programmed by Barry Mayo in New York.
Right.
You know, it's got to go through him in order to be played in my
know,
city."
Rick, you know about it. You've been
I was,
on
yeah,
radio.
I was just
have
going to
too.
say, I worked in terrestrial radio for 4 years, and they exist solely to play the. Damn it. Solely to.
Payola.
Right.
Payola.
So,
Yeah,
solely to play commercials. That's
Yeah.
it. You know, like they only play songs to fill in the gaps between commercials.
Right.
That's what. And it's sad. You know, to a certain station just came back. And everybody's so excited. I'm like, don't get your hopes up, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be able
It's
to
the
go
same-
submit music.
You know, remember the 105.1 a couple years ago? They were like, we're going to play all oldies.
right. Now it's
It
like,
was like what they played that whatever it was, 1,000 songs or
yeah.
whatever they did.
It was
and
old school
all
hip hop,
oldies.
and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
now
it
it's
was
like
the same shit. I mean, they don't play any of the new shit, which is good because
Right.
the new shit today is kind of
well,
garbage.
but it's like 5 years ago shit.
Yeah,
that they're
exactly.
putting
Well,
Like
that's
that,
all
you-
marketing ploy. It's like get people drawn in, and then once you do,
well, that's
then
what
we'll
that's
flip
what
it on to-
106.5.
Seven.
That's what money does to, like, it has like contaminated the purity
Right.
of what it is that we're talking about and what we really are about, which is an expression of the spirit and what we feel and what we believe and what we're searching for.
Preach.
But once you start to find out about the amount of money that can be made, the payola, then they want to tighten it down and control. Same thing happened to the record labels.
Yeah.
There was a time when you could make a deal and get $100,000. That's why so many fledgling record labels were so successful back in the 60s, is because we had a great studio, United Sound, that allowed all these labels to participate in the music industry. So if you could make a deal with a major, they would promote your record all over the world. But they started to shut that down. In other words, when they would spend so much money promoting a certain style, and then you come along with a different style, they will pick your record up just to kill it.
Right.
You know, so it becomes like a money thing, and that just stifles the variety and the creativity of the human
That
spirit.
happened with
that I'm gonna
someone we
stop
know.
talking so much. But that,
With Hush.
that's an
Right.
important element that you guys are talking about, because how do you restore the purity of what it is that we're trying to promote?
Yeah.
Grassroots.
They purposely sign bands that are going to be competition for their golden child to stifle, exactly like you said, stifle them.
Yep.
Like it's in
Shout out to Hush.
right. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I just said that. That's what that
Yeah,
was.
no, I heard you. So I was like,
And
let
they've
me
got
reiterate.
They've
Yeah,
got
exactly.
the money to do that, but they don't have what we've got right here in this room.
Right.
They don't have the people's energy and the idea. They can take an idea and exploit it, but the ideas come from within each and every one of us.
It's revolution.
I feel like there's a slow and inevitable takeover happening right now because people are realizing that Macklemore has never had a record deal, and neither has Tech Nine, and they're the two richest hip hop artists right now. You don't need record labels anymore.
Right.
That's right.
You have the internet.
That's
you have
right.
everything you need. You didn't have the internet when you
That's
know it.
right.
You had to get it on the radio, and that's when radio cared.
Right, and you didn't need terrestrial radio at all.
Independent
Like,
radio
this
is going to take over terrestrial radio.
I remember.
Well, it's all
it's just a matter
marketing
of
too.
time.
It's all social media marketing.
Rick, you went to Specs
That's
Howard.
the gold.
When did you go?
I think I graduated. Time flies after you go to.
I was in
broadcasting school.
07 was when I graduated.
It was after that. I think I graduated about 5 years ago.
Okay,
6 years
so I one of the Dick Kernan.
ago. I love
Been
Uncle-
there since
Uncle Dick.
Yeah, since it's open, Specs Howard,
Uncle Dick.
and it's been open for 50 freaking
everybody
years
has
now.
one of those.
So he
He
said
hates terrestrial radio. Too.
I know he came in and the first words out of his mouth were like, and he tells you this story. There's 50 of you in this room right now.
He gave you words. I got a middle finger.
Yeah. At 50 of you in this room right now, at the end of the graduating class, there's going to be 25 of you. In 5 years, there's going to be 4 of you left in the business. You know what I mean? And he goes, and the business now is going away. Terrestrial radio is done, is what we think of. He goes, there's the satellite radio, and this was a little known thing in 2007. He said the internet radio is going to start picking up. People are doing podcasts. There wasn't a lot of them back then, but even Dick Kernan was talking about it. And Dick Kernan was a 70-year-old
He
man.
gets excited about talking about podcasts.
He does, and that's another guy. I think we need to get him in here. I think
That'd be amazing.
That'd
He'd
be a
love
good
it.
guest. So it's funny the way the internet has grown, and you guys are all talking about podcasts. The Crime Town podcast, and I don't listen to podcasts. I listen to this show, and I listen to maybe one other thing. I've been listening to that, doing that Hot Ones. Me and my son love it because people freak out eating hot wings. And actually, you guys got me. You
That's
and
Mikey. Mikey's
Yeah.
a
Those are
hot,
funny.
hot Ones loyalist.
Right, and
Yeah.
it's a great show, and it's a great concept and everything. And the way the podcasts are going now, it's just unless you have a radio that's always on the radio, the 94.7, 96.3, you're not gonna,
Well, the podcasts are there because you can listen to it at your convenience.
Yep.
That's the thing. Like anytime I want to just, I got something to do. I'm like, I got an hour.
So
of time.
much content.
I'll just
There is.
like
That's what Michelle would say. So much content.
Right. Like, where is my brain at right now? What am I thinking about? I like sports. I like different things. I'm like, whatever I'm thinking about at that particular point, I'm like, okay, I can pull up a podcast and listen to it at that moment about that.
Right.
And it's like I'm having a conversation with somebody about, like, if it's sports, I'm having a conversation with somebody about sports at that particular moment because that's where my head's at.
Right.
It's like on-demand content.
But that's the
All time.
balance. That's the ebb and flow. Now that the internet has opened up the opportunity for now everything was commercialized. Now you have independent that's starting to balance things out.
Right.
Because you got guys that are doing podcasts from their basement that are good podcasts.
Right.
Shout out to
You know what I
Drew.
mean?
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, like, even in music, like, you're not sitting around waiting for the radio station DJ to play your song.
Right.
You can
Yep.
find it on the
Everything's
internet anywhere.
on demand.
You're not
Anytime.
sitting there with your tape recorder waiting to record the song. Like, I gotta hurry up when that's the beginning note. You hit the record
Right.
button because you want to hear that song later.
No, what
like,
sucks
it's-
is when
everything
that DJ
is
would
everywhere.
break back in and he forgot to say something. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck, I gotta wait for the next one.
Right,
Yeah,
this
or he
son of a
leads
bitch,
in with
you
like
know?
a 30-second monologue while
over the
song
intro.
starts.
Yeah. Like, come on, Dick.
Here's how I think about it. Like
Electrify Mojo.
I think morning shows are keeping radio alive. That's
Shout
the
out to
only thing.
Mojo.
It
And
is.
that's why you pay millions for some and whatever for someone like Dave and
For
Chuck.
wacky
Sports
zany,
talk.
zany morning zoo
the
cruise.
beauty about podcasts is all podcasts are morning shows.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
And you
most
can listen
of
to
them
them
are
whenever.
dirty, foul mouth.
I had this
toilet
conversation.
humor.
There's different kinds of podcasts. There's that morning show. There's the zany, wacky morning zoo crew. Then there's the strict documentary ones, like a Crime Town. Then there's the topical ones, like we all like Shakespeare.
Conspiracy theorists.
Well, and then there's the conspiracy theorist ones, and then they're very specific to your taste. Like I just want to listen to Shakespeare.
Yeah, there's
women
something
talk
for
about
everybody.
Shakespeare for 25 minutes.
It's
And
on
there's
your
someone doing it.
Podcasts and YouTube videos.
It's
There's
on
something
demand.
for
It's
everybody.
like
And then
whatever
there's
you
the ones that are specifically about sports or things like that. And it's like, well, what do you do? You know, because I've been thinking about doing this forever. You know, you guys know.
You
that.
can literally find a
fucking
podcast
teacher
about
now.
anything. Like I want to look up a podcast about the way they castrate dogs. You could find one. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's anything.
video.
Castrate
It's
dogs.
So-
Augie's looking right now.
Our buddy Nick from Hillbilly Knife Fight works at Ford and tells me that's all he does is
Is
he
look up dog
downloads
castration?
enough yeah, exactly. He just cuts dogs' nuts off all the time. No, he just downloads enough podcasts every day to get him through his shift at Ford's.
Oh,
and that's
where?
all he does.
Where?
Ford's?
That's what I thought you said.
Ford? I don't care.
Is that like Myers?
Yeah, exactly.
What's Meyer?
Yeah,
Kroger's,
Kmart's.
Kmart's.
Yeah, whatever.
Bebo's.
If you don't put an S on
Sears.
any, if you don't put an S on
Sears.
anything, I would bet $1 million that you do.
I probably do.
Yeah, you probably do.
I'm just
I
happy
don't
to
think,
be.
I don't think you
Plural
would
Ford.
because you know as well as I do. There's a whole 2 weeks about not putting S's. They
Hey,
tell you
hey.
how much you can get sued for
Oh, yeah.
if you call it Kroger's
Right.
Hey,
on air.
I got to be honest with you. I'm just happy to be here at CRB's.
Thank you.
We can order some apps
radio
from Kroger's.
broadcasts.
Yeah. Broadcastings.
Radio broadcastings. So
Fuckers.
we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Augie and Mikey about the event they got coming up.
Why would you talk to us at all with Melvin Davis here?
Well, we're
I
going
mean,
to talk.
you really don't need us
Melvin's
here.
Melvin's got a story. Rick's going to tell. He's going to have.
Well, no, he's telling the
Well,
story.
they-
I just want him to tell it.
Right.
It's an amazing story. You got to hear the story.
Well, fuck it. We got time.
Yeah,
We'll tell.
get into it.
Lead into this. Tell us what this story
All
is
right.
about, and then he'll
All
tell
right,
us.
I once too had a
Story.
podcast, and the first time I had Melvin on, he told me this story, and I'm not
Wait,
I'm not
he
a
told
super
us.
religious person, but after hearing this story, I don't think I had ever had more faith in the universe, you know, doing the right thing at the right time, and the fact that when it's your time to go, it's really your time to go. This story gave me goosebumps. I almost cried on air. It just is such a beautiful story, and
I'm going
yeah.
to get chills in a minute when he
I
tells
know.
it again. I've heard
So
it before,
excited.
and I've
I
been
tell
on air with him
everybody
and I
this
heard-
story, and the second I was like, we got Melvin coming in, he's got to tell the story.
Yep.
So
Well, that's
All
a
right,
lead in right there.
There you go.
Well,
Take it away.
it's anybody that knows me reasonably well probably realizes that I'm a pretty spiritual person. I'm not what you would call religious because I've got kind of a different idea of what the whole universal
too.
thing is, you know. But and I tell people, young people, avail yourself to the universe, and the universe will avail itself to you. And there's a reason that has been solidified in me. Several reasons, but one of the things that happened to me when I was younger, I think I was about 19, and it was the very first time that I thought my dream was coming true. I had an opportunity to go on a tour of the South with a troupe of professional musicians and singers, and it was with a man called Sax Carey. He used to promote shows. So I always had a car, even before I had a driver's license, because I had two moms. I've been very fortunate all my life. So I had a 61 Chevy, and it was about a year old, but I used to drive the shit out of it. So, you know, I mean, like every day in that car. I mean, music was like I was possessed by music, you know. So I wanted to drive my car on the tour, and they didn't want me to because, like, there was already 3 cars going. So they were going down through the South, so I finally convinced them to let me drive, and I was all excited. So we leave on the tour, and we get to Atlanta, and we do a show, and we get $5 a piece.
Wow.
And then we do 2 more shows where we don't get any money. And people are starting to complain, and they're buying like 3 or 4 pounds of bologna and 3 or 4 loaves of bread, and that's what we're eating every day. So this goes on for about a week, and we're doing these kind of shows on plantations. I don't know how they book these gigs, but they're all kind of strange, but they're making money, and we're not. So we get to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I've always had like a little bit of a rebel thing going in me. So I'm telling people, this shit ain't right. I'm kind of like the youngest one there, but they don't know where they are. All the rest of the people, Gene Martin and several other people in the band and all that, but I've been traveling these roads all my life because I was born in Millersville, Georgia. And we've been back 2 or 3 times every year, so I was totally familiar with these roads, 75. So anyway, we get to Nashville, and finally the shit hits the fan. And I tell him I'm sick of this stuff. I said, I'm leaving. Is anybody coming with me? And they all kind of chicken out, you know. So I said, to hell with it. So then Sax comes to me with his partner, Harry, and he says, you know, these white folks down here, man, they done heard about you starting trouble about, you know, messing up their gigs. So they talking about doing something to you. So, I mean, like, you know, this wasn't no joke.
Right.
This was serious.
Right.
So
What year was this?
This was like 61.
So there was still a lot of.
Oh, it was
stress.
it was
Lot
you know,
of-
75.
a lot of
We had the
There
hairpin
is.
turns and stuff. 75 hadn't even been built.
Right.
So anyway, I grab my suitcase and I take off because that makes me a little, you know, I mean, I got nerve, but I was a little naive, and I still am. But then I was really naive. So I take off. It's about 10 o'clock that night. So I'm driving through Kentucky, and I go through and get to Tennessee, and I get to these mountain roads and stuff, you know, and they're like 2-lane blacktops that are like on the edge of cliffs.
Right.
And I had bad tires, so I had a blowout. I said, damn. So I'm by myself. It's like about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I get out. I open up the trunk. I get my spare out. I get my jack out. And I'm looking all over in the trunk, and this is going to make me cry if you guys can bear with me a minute. They've taken my jack handle. I don't have a jack handle. So I'm just like kind of in a daze, like I'm looking and looking, and there's no jack handle. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. So I just start walking up this 2-lane blacktop, trees and shit all on the side of me, in the mountains. So I walk about maybe, it must have been, I don't know how far, maybe half a mile. And I see this little dirt road that cuts down a cliff. So I go down this dirt road, and I could see a light off in the distance. And I heard a dog barking. I don't know how this happened. Anyway, I walked toward it. And for some reason, I put my hand down on the ground, and I swear to God, I put my hand on a jack handle. I'm in the middle of the night. I was not looking for a jack handle. I put my hand down on a jack handle. This seems impossible. I go back to my car. It fits my lug nuts.
Wow.
I changed the tire. I'm shaking right now because I can't believe what I'm telling you, but it's absolutely true. I get back in the car, and now my heart's beating, you know. And I'm driving. I go on through Cincinnati, and you know that long stretch between Cincinnati and Dayton? There's nothing there for the longest time. I'm driving, and I'm trying to get home, and I only got a couple of dollars. I have another blowout. I don't have a spare. I haven't seen anything for at least 40, 50 miles. I come up over this hill, and there's a big sign that says Sohio,
That was a gas station.
a gas station.
No.
I hadn't seen one for 30, 40 miles, and it just appears almost out of nowhere. I go in there, the guy sells me a tire for $2. I put it on the car. I get home. I got 38 cents, less than a quarter of a gallon of gas, and 2 days later, I was in Muskegon doing another gig. That's the truth.
Nice.
Melvin Davis.
That's
is the
insane.
Yeah.
I still get chills hearing this stuff.
Wow.
Now, there have been other things that have proven to me that I live in my Creator's arms. I don't even use the words God and the devil. What I call my Creator is the essence of creation. You can't tell me I'm a part of everything that ever was, and I'm a part of everything that will ever be. And so are you, because we exist.
Agree.
Know that. Connect to it.
Nice.
Because every answer that you need is on the inside of you, not the outside. This microphone, everything that we say, well, there's a lot of answers outside. Those are not necessarily your answers. You can use them, but all of this came from the inside of someone. All of the answers come from the inside. There's a universe in you.
Prime source.
God, he gets you jacked up.
Prime source.
What is that? You know, Melvin, you'd probably dig this. What's your favorite? What is it, video or?
The Secret?
The Secret. Have you ever heard The Secret?
No.
it's a book, isn't it?
It's all about the law of attraction, and what you put out there is what you get. But it's also a lot of we're all part of source energy. It all flows within it. See, all the heaven and hell, it's all right here. It's all inside.
It is.
There's an audio book.
You're
of it. I'll
living
send
it.
to
You're
you.
living it at all
send it
times.
to
You've
me.
heard it or
Yep.
seen
Oh
it?
yeah, there's an audio book. I'll send it
great-
to you. You can
it's
listen to
a
it.
great
Yeah,
movie.
you'll love it, Melvin.
That's how I got. Honestly,
It'll inspire you. It's on
it's
what
funny,
you're talking
but
about.
That's how I got divorced, and and
100%.
single and happy is because of that I watched on Netflix. Hour and a half about
dig it.
law,
Oh, yeah, it's on
law
Netflix,
of
too.
law of
And
attraction.
everything that we're doing here tonight with this group of people and with the people that are listening and with millions of other people that feel the way that we are, that's what we're doing. We're connecting and exchanging
Yep.
life's energy. And we have to keep it pure.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because money and greed and corruption and all that shit, it's so angry because it can't take this from us. But we must keep it pure, and we can't be contaminated by that. Because, I mean, we're miracles.
Oh, yeah.
I got a line that I'm working on a tune that says every individual is one of a kind, born an original, divine design. Realize your potential and what you are, trust it, and you will never regret it. Never.
It's awesome.
Melvin Davis.
I know everybody can't do that, but if you can, try it.
Melvin Davis needs his own podcast.
I agree.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
People are. I don't even know if the world's ready for a
100%.
Melvin Davis podcast.
By the way,
Seriously.
I've been getting hit up for about the last 20 minutes because she couldn't find it. But Colleen says hello to everybody.
Hi, Colin.
Hi, Colleen.
3C.
CC.
That's right.
All right,
Cool
we're-
Queen Colleen.
All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Melvin Davis is going to stick around for a few more minutes, and he's got to get out of here. But we got Rick Pruneda, we got Bo, we got Augie and Konrad and Mikey, and a house full of people. We'll be back in about 6 minutes,
got
7
beer.
minutes. We got beer, we got
Beer.
Yeji, we got
Yeji.
potato chips.
Chips.
And if
Oh, we haven't even opened up the
Amish
freaking Amish
licorice.
licorice yet.
And if I do have to leave, gang, I just want to let you know that, like, next week, 420, Three Blind Mice. They're going to talk about it a lot more, but I'm very excited to be here to support
Melvin's
my
gonna tear
guys.
the house.
I just got chills. I'm like, man, I totally forgot. You're replaying my show. I'm not worthy.
Melvin's gonna tear the house down.
So if you want to experience some more of this, I call it opportunity for harmony and unity in our community. So if you want some more of this energy, come on out because it's free.
There you go. Melvin Davis, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Episode number 197, Big and Bigger here on Cave Radio Broadcasting.
Story time with Uncle Augie's done. Now we're
How the
canceling
fuck
that.
do we follow that?
I know, right? I
Now
wrote
I
all that
gotta
shit
talk.
for nothing.
One time I was walking, that's about all
I'll save that for next month. Yeah, we're not doing that shit with Dawn tonight either. Huh?
It's all about life and stuff.
You cannot sit in front of me today.
Oh, we're staying up? Oh, you're legit not going to do it?
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking about.
We were with the owner of Three Blind Mice. We stopped. We were with Brad Teagan on the way.
Nice.
On the way here, we stopped at Brett Kunin's birthday party.
Oh, at
Brad
Kunin's?
Teagan was there. Gave Brad a big hug, and so.
Yeah, Brad's awesome. This is
great.
I think this is the only show he actually attends at Three Blind Mice every year.
This is the third year we've done. We did three. It used to be for.
Was it 420 last year?
No, it was the weekend.
Dorothea Lange once said, "Photography takes an instant out of time, altering life by holding it still." The pleasure of being able to go back in time and feel those emotions and revisit those memories is priceless. Life in Print, Photography by Kim, aims to bring style and creative flair to every session and capture life's real moments. Her services cover all of your portrait needs, including seniors, professionals, families, modeling, dance, and so much more. Being the photographer is not just about taking pictures, but connecting with the clients to capture their true essence. Kim would love to be the curator of your family's memories and photograph your life in print. To see samples of her work and pricing, visit her at www.lifeinprintphotographybyKimB.weebly.com or by phone at 313-850-5218. Follow the link on the Cave Radio website.
Hickory wind and midnight train whistles blowing. Oak tree at my window watching me growing. Whoa, whoa, oh, back then time was moving slow. Whoa, oh, gotta wanna go. Sick of all the people here. I'm sick of all the noise. Whoa, I don't know who I am anymore. I'm sick of being homesick. If I could, I would pull back into that drive. Unlock the door, lock the rest of the world outside. Whoa, whoa, oh, hear 'em laughing in the kitchen. Whoa, whoa, oh, close my eyes and I'm right there with them. Gotta wanna go. I'm sick of all the people here. I'm sick of all the noise. Whoa, I don't know who I am anymore. I'm sick of being homesick. I'm sick of being homesick, yeah.
Hi, everybody. This is Frank Turner for the Cave Radio app for iPhone and Android mobile devices, sponsored by Mikno's Cafe. The Cave Radio app is free, easy to download from the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, and is the best way to listen to all your favorite hosts and programs on caveradiobroadcasting.com. Don't be chained to your desktop or trying to open a browser window on your smartphone while you're driving down the road. Get the Cave Radio app and put the power of everything you love about Cave Radio at your fingertips. With the Cave Radio app for iPhone and Android, you can listen to live shows, catch up on your favorite podcasts, and connect with our great sponsors like Mikno's Cafe. It's like carrying everybody from Cave Radio around in your pocket without having to worry about what we're doing in there, if you know what I mean. Get the Cave Radio app today. One word, Cave Radio, CAVERADIO. The Cave Radio app for iPhone and Android. Get it now.
Griffin's Neighborhood Auto Clinic is your one-stop auto repair shop. Bill Griffin and all of his mechanics are ASE certified technicians that will provide you with everything from simple diagnostics to complete engine rebuilds, oil changes, batteries, tires, timing belts, suspension, transmissions, and so much more. We are qualified to service anything on your automobile. We will advise you of the best course of action. Go to our website at www.griffinsautoclinic.com or follow us on Facebook at Griffin Neighborhood Auto Clinic or call us at 248-888-9406. Check out the website for monthly specials and coupons. Also, ask about financing your repair to get you on the road faster. 248-888-9406. Stop by Griffin's today and become part of our automotive repair family.
Party people. KRadioBroadcasting.com. This is Brother Africa Bambaataa. Peace, unity, love, and having fun. Bambaata's getting so funky out here.
Welcome back, everybody, to Big and Bigger here on Cave Radio Broadcasting. This fucking this video thing's killing me, man.
That's the best thing about
throwing off my mojo
about doing this is just those are the highlights.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're the low lights.
All right, here we go. Oh, we're already on.
Everybody likes the live outtakes.
Welcome back.
The gag reel's the best.
Video.
Welcome back, everybody. All right, real quick. I forgot to do this earlier, so we're going to do it right now, and I can't find. Oh, it's up here. Here it is. All right. So each and every year, Big and Bigger does a. No, I switched it. Oh no, I didn't.
No,
I switched it.
No,
I
you
switched
didn't,
it.
Eric.
I switched it. We're back. Oh, and someone on air says I'm not drinking. I'm drinking.
We're all.
I'm not drinking.
Kind of.
Yes, you are.
You better be drinking. You're doing dumb shit with Don.
We already had the tussin.
All right. So each and every year we do a NCAA. Wow, that just flew right out of my hand.
See, you too. All right. See, it happens.
I'm muted though. I don't understand why.
No, even if you're you got to turn it down. Even if you're on silent, I don't know why it does that.
It does it to me all the time. I'm notorious.
All you hear is, "I'm not drinking."
Maybe if
So-
people stop taking Zuckerberg into court,
Yeah.
they could focus on his website.
Each and every year we do a 64 team bracket of something. We've done comedy movies, we've done comedians, we've done sitcoms. This year we did romantic comedies. We started off with 64, and we are down to the final 2. Well, at least I didn't fucking. I was gonna just do it in the mic, but
My favorite part of the show every week.
this is the 6th week, and we are at the final 2. The final 4
It's the
was
championship.
the 40-year-old virgin versus Wedding Crashers. Wedding Crashers won.
That's unbelievable.
I agree. I have no idea.
Wedding
I'm
Singer
mad.
was up against the number 2 seeded Princess Bride and won. The
Hello,
number 12
lady.
seeded. So, I know.
All of us.
So,
Look, dude,
Hello,
Golden
lady.
Girls won.
There's a
all
whole
right,
lot of
okay,
Adam
last
Sandler
year,
fans
whatever,
out there.
so-
You
yeah,
were
Golden
mad.
Girls. Golden Girls won against Sanford and Son a couple years ago.
That's fine.
So,
Come
and by the
on.
way,
They wore
last year-
tracksuits all the
Greatest
time.
sitcom of all
I
time,
thought- I
Golden
liked
Girls.
it.
Yes.
No.
Are you
They
kidding
wore
me?
tracksuits
I
every
think
episode.
so.
They were
No.
fucking savage. Them.
yeah,
That's
sitcom.
They're
the greatest
pretty
sitcom
funny.
of all time. I
No.
don't give a shit what anybody thinks. Are you
No.
kidding me? Those old broads were
Yeah.
savage.
In a
as
world
fuck.
where Martin, Fresh Prince of
I love
Bel-Air
Sam
all
Elliott.
exists.
you big dummy, I get it, but the Golden Girls were savage, man.
So, I was wrong, but last year I kept saying Caddyshack won. It was Vacation that won.
Oh,
The comedy
yeah.
movies, National Lampoon's Vacation. So, the votes are in on the internet. So now we take it to the table. This is like overtime of the match. So we're gonna vote on either Wedding Singers or Wedding Crashers. We're gonna start with Rick. To
You
my
put an
right.
S on the Wedding Singers.
Man,
Wedding Singers.
I've been
Did I?
Kroger's.
Yeah.
you did. Yes.
Wedding Singers.
Pure Michigan.
CRBs.
Michigan's. All right, Rick.
It was tough for me because I've been following this and I'm such a stickler on what's a romantic comedy and what's not.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I feel like both of those, the focus is the comedy, but to pick, I'm just gonna go to my old school crush on Drew Barrymore and stick with Wedding
Wedding
Singer.
Singer. All right, Bo.
All right, I got to be honest too. Like, I'm a music guy, and I want to look at Gordy right now in his Van Halen T-shirt and say,
Wedding singer.
"Why don't you take off my Van Halen T-shirt before you curse the band and they break up?"
Hey, what did Al say last week?
I'm gonna go with
exactly
the wedding singer.
Al said, "I want movie liners from the movies is the thing." So
Yeah, I'm gonna go
All
with
right.
wedding singer.
Al,
I got to go wedding singer.
wedding singer.
Yeah.
Gordy,
Absolutely wedding singer.
Yeah.
Tom.
Wedding singer for sure.
All right, it's not. It's over.
Erroneous.
Keep voting.
Erroneous.
All right,
I love wedding crashers.
Conrad,
Erroneous.
On all counts.
Conrad, who's winning?
All counts.
Is finally be the one who votes for wedding crashers.
Wedding
Wedding
crashers.
crashers.
I love wedding
Mikey.
crashers.
Mikey.
You have to vote for this shit.
Wedding singer.
Wedding-
Michelle. Augie.
Wedding crashers.
Wedding
I love wedding.
You were all erroneous.
Don.
Wedding
Where the
singer.
meatloaf is. Where's that
Singers.
meatloaf?
Al.
Mom.
Hey,
It's
are they
almost
built for
like
speed or built for comfort?
is Wedding Singer reached that classic yet? I mean, Wedding Crashers is still kind of fresh to be like a classic
Right.
romantic comedy or comedy or
you
whatever.
get a bunch of-
Am I
But
the
I
only
feel like
one that
Wedding
didn't
Singer is
mind
old
Isla
enough to
Fisher
reach
was
it?
batshit crazy?
But I still love the Wedding Singer.
God,
I'll
yes.
go with it.
I mean,
All
I
right.
Bring on
understand
your
that Billy
backseat
Idol
classes.
gets it.
I'll find you.
John from Connecticut says Wedding Crashers. Too late, John.
It's too late, John.
Sorry,
You should have
keep
voted
going.
in the
Hi,
fucking thing.
That's right.
Your vote crashed. I'm just saying.
Jeff Hickson on the live feed says Wedding Crashers and too late.
Yes.
Wedding Singer is the champion
Yeah.
of the 2019 NCAA
Good luck.
bracket style.
Honestly, though,
You know why? Because we have a microphone and you don't.
yeah. So you will listen to every damn word I have to say.
How the 40-year-old version did not make the finals.
Agree.
I know.
Good luck
The
finding
thing
another
is,
wedding
though, is
singer
at
who
least
moves
this year-
like
At least this year, the finals were two movies where I was like, either way, it's okay.
Come on, they
You know what
made
I mean?
Billy
Right,
Idol
I
look
ain't
like
mad
he
at
was
Either
still in
way,
his
I'm
20s.
not
Right, they
bad.
did.
Yep.
They did. By the way, Tasha Owens is listening, and she says the
I love Tasha
Yezhnufka
Owens.
is kicking in.
Yep.
I love Tasha.
Yep.
I just talked to
What's up,
Tasha. She
Tasha?
Rick posted that he was going to be in here, and she's like, "I love Big and Bigger." So we're going to get her in very shortly. She's got a bunch of stuff.
Tasha's
coming up.
amazing.
Hi, Tasha.
Hi, Tasha.
Oh man, you're all getting soft and sappy. Yes, we are, Jeff. Okay.
It happens.
So Rick, real quick. Well, not even real quick. Just tell us about the party that's happening on 4/20 for your birthday at Three Blind Mice.
That's my favorite part. Is the birthday is secondary. I guess at
420.
first I just wanted to have a cool show, and I was thinking with the first year that I did it that
This is the third annual, right?
yeah, and back in the day, all genres always did shows together. Punk bands played with hip hop groups, and then it went away for like 15 years or so.
We did it so many years.
Yeah, and I was like, man, you ever notice that it's all punk, all rock, and you're going to see a bunch of the same? Like, there's 5 Nickelbacks playing tonight, you know?
Right.
And I'm like, I really want to
No,
bring
thank you.
back that. And I actually started, we did hip hop and comedy. Dave Landau did stand up comedy, and DJ Invisible mixed up hip hop. And then the next year, brought St. Thomas Boys Academy, Deaf by Stereo. So, like, that's the goal of this now, is to bring together, to piggyback off Melvin, to bring together genres and generations. And that's why I'm so excited that Melvin is playing this year. This year we have the Funky Fresh, which is playing their music off of a PlayStation Portable. These guys, it's
He's
amazing.
not kidding.
They're dope. They're dope
They
MCs.
literally-
They're straight up nerds. They rap about video games and they run their music. And the coolest thing is one of the kids has been in the front row for every year. And I'm like, dog,
The
he's
Funky
been
Fresh
up there.
called?
Yeah, he jumped up there and rocked with us last year.
Yeah, I was
when
like,
we
I think
did
it's
the
about time
beatbox.
to like, we'll let you warm up this year and then move you up the pole. And then One Below from Binary Star is a mad legend. Shout out to my boy Mike Sal. I don't know how he got him to do it. You know, this guy like gets shipped out, like goes and does shows in Africa at the drop of a hat. Like, he's legendary. And he's going to be doing live beats on stage with his MPC and then rapping over them. And then Melvin Davis. I don't really have to say anything else about that.
Is he bringing the band?
No, he's got his tracks.
Just got me.
fine.
I got his tracks.
DJ Bo and Melvin Davis.
Yeah, I get the distinction of performing with just me and Melvin Davis.
All right, that's perfect.
And then St. Thomas Boys Academy, they do punk and ska, and they're kind of a staple. I feel like they don't
They're
get the
insane.
credit they
They've
deserve.
been around forever.
They're better
They're
than
so
I
good,
think these
dude.
guys
Good
are
band.
better than the
They're
Dropkick
so
Murphys of the
dope.
world. These guys are phenomenal. If you've never heard "Let It Go" by St. Thomas Boys Academy, you're crazy.
You've
But
had them before, right?
I've had
They
them
play
for
them
almost
all.
everything, so that I can be done with my project and enjoy them because they put on
They're
such a
so
good,
dope live, too, man.
energetic.
Those guys are all
positive
they're
show.
whiskey regulars. They come into the whiskey and jar
Yeah,
Hamtramck.
they're
They're
amazing.
good guys. They're Hamtramck guys.
And then usually it's Deaf by Stereo playing. And this year I was like, listen, I was sitting y'all down. We're going to work on this album. No shows. You know?
yeah.
And then me and Gordy talked. I'm like, man, maybe we can do like a small 4-star reunion. Just come
Now,
up and
explain who 4-Star was.
4-star, we did, what did Kaz call us? The greatest band that never was?
Kind of like the Chillionaires.
He managed all these rock bands, and then he started managing me. And I'm going to these parties with all rockers playing and trying to spit. And one time, he comes in the back, I'm smoking, and he goes, yo, you need to go out and grab a mic. No singers showed up. And I'm like, no, man, I'm not going to go into an all-rock party and rap, like, with all these legends. Gordy was up there playing, like, I forgot who was playing drums, but it was, like, all these, like, local legends at the time. And then he literally went, unplugged the mic, came and slapped it in my chest in front of everybody. And so I kind of had to.
Right.
And then he's like, I want to get you and Gordy together to do this band. You know, we came up with the name. I feel like nobody's perfect. So nobody's a real 5-star review, you know, like 4-star. We're not perfect, but we're dope. And we had 2 weeks to rehearse, right, Gordy? Like two or 3 weeks?
Yeah,
and we were like, we just kind of mashed up some of my originals and did a bunch of covers. I even rapped Bob Seger. It was nuts. And all these rockheads love it. I'm like, this is so strange. And then, like, we're seeing, like, the hip-hop kids like it. And my buddy Mike, Sal, again, hooks us up with this kid, Mikey Higgins, who's 18 at the time. Amazing drummer, like a blues drummer. Amazing, phenomenal. And he saw what we were doing and incorporated hip-hop drum patterns. And then our buddy Chance played the bass. He's not in it this year because he doesn't even. I don't even.
You got a pretty good replacement, though.
Yeah.
You played with Hush for a while, didn't
Yeah,
you?
exactly. That Chance.
I've known him for years. Yeah,
so we did
VDR.
this one show at it's the old Voodoo Lounge. It's Three Blind Mice now, and at the time it was Skinny's, I think, and it was amazing to watch. It was, first of all, it was sold out, packed room, and it was also Gordy's going away party because after we put together this amazing band, Gordy's like, I got a really good job in Texas, I got to go. And Mikey's like, blues legends are calling me, bro, I got to play downtown.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm like, okay, so we get one show. And it was such a phenomenal show that I've literally been dwelling on it for 13 years. Like any band I've ever worked with, I'm like, yeah, but 4-star, dude. This, you know, and
Yeah, I've actually been witness to him saying, yeah, well, it's cool, but it's not 4-star cool.
it's because, like,
You guys are like 3-star.
the puzzle pieces came together so perfectly. You got Gordy, you know, who's like a rocket. He's got long hair, rock guitar player. Mikey's doing
Who's
these.
insane, by the way.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous.
Amazing. And, like, we're like, it accidentally came together so beautifully. Gordy reminded us about Velvet Revolver doing Rock Superstar with Cypress Hill.
Oh, it was one of the best.
And that was the first one I think that we did. And then we ended up rapping over Hotel California. And then all this other stuff happened. We sold the show out, you know, and obviously he had to move. So that's when I was like, I loved this one so much, I quit music.
Right.
11 years, I quit music. Did my White Boy Rick reunion, and we kicked around the idea about a 4-star reunion with just him and me. Because Mikey's so busy, like he's in a couple other bands, he has a lot of projects, and I didn't think he would. And Gordy's sort of bummed. He's like, I mean, I'll do the acoustic, but you know, like, try to hit up Mikey, and he's like, I'm in. And
Nice.
Chris Spooner, amazing bass player, funk bass player,
Insane bass player.
he and I had talked about doing something numerous times over the 20 years I've known him. And I hit him up, and I was like, hey, man, we're thinking about doing a 4-star reunion. We need a good bass player. He goes, when's the first practice?
Nice.
Like that quick.
Spoon's awesome, man.
Yeah. Hit up Bo, and then, you know, we all.
And I quit before we even
Yeah,
started.
he was like, I don't know, man, I don't
like,
know.
I'm done.
And I'm
I'm
like,
not
can you just see this band? So I'm watching these guys. It's amazing when you can be such a fan of your band. Just the warm-up. Like, on the first day of the warm-up, I see Spooner flawlessly jump in the pocket with these guys. And then they're just going, and I'm out of the fold. And then Bo's like, okay, hold on.
I'm like, dick. I
I'm
wanted
not
to
quitting
quit,
anymore.
you dick. Now I'm back. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
So we're doing one of the songs that 4-star did. We're doing the Rock Superstar joint, and then another kind of the Hotel California we did, which actually we're going to do later tonight.
Yay.
But we started gigging. I'm coming to. There's a massive announcement alert. Just a few seconds. A massive alert.
Spoiler alert.
Also, for over 13 years, I've had a fantasy project called Ghetto Blaster, a high energy rock tribute to old school hip hop and R&B. Theme bands are like, that's a new thing. The Motley Crue theme group just sold out Emerald.
Yep.
The
It's
Guns N' Roses
ridiculous.
one is about to. And Gordy came from a place where that was common, and it was also common when I lived in Seattle. But not a lot of the only people who were doing it here were Mega 80s and Rockstar. And I'm watching St. Andrews bring in all these 90s themed bands, and I'm like, man, why can't you have one at home that doesn't look like a bunch of Zach Morris's? Like,
Right.
it doesn't have to be corny. It could be very
What's wrong with
talented.
looking like Zach Morris?
Says Zach Morris.
Right. So, and I'm trying to make this quicker. I'm sorry, but
You're fine.
I'm hearing these guys,
Where's
and
your
I'm
phone?
like, this is it, bro. I'm like, we have a blues hip hop drummer, a funk bass player, a rock guitar player, just in perfect unison. I'm like, this is the rock hip hop. This is like the Roots with white dudes and a couple black guys. It's like, I'm like, this is fucking amazing. And then we'd worked on Choice.
Well, Spoon's blackish.
Yeah. And then I call Al, and I'm like, Al, one thing that we never got to do is perform my cover of Easy Like a Sunday Morning. I'd love for you to sing that.
Favorite tunes ever.
So he comes and he sings it, and Al's killing it. Sounds so phenomenal that we're like, yo, we need him on another song. So that's how Hotel California Love.
Right.
That's how Hotel California Love became a thing.
Hotel California.
So as I'm talking to these guys and I'm trying to talk them into, I'm like, I have this man, this Ghetto Blaster. Gordy has always wanted to do it. Mikey has always wanted to, but has been too busy. And Spooner's been in since day one. And I've let these guys down so many times because I get excited and then I shut the Facebook page back down and I'm like, man, it needs to be perfect. Well, it's fucking perfect now. So the announcement is Ghetto Blaster is official after this band. Actually, midway through the set, I'm going to hand these guys some T-shirts. So Ghetto Blaster is formed. It's myself. It's Bo on vocals, Smoke Jones on vocals, Gordy O'Shea on guitar, Chris Spooner on bass, Mikey Higgins on drums, Plot Twist, DJ Invisible. On the ones and twos.
So is this going to debut at the 420 party? Or?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're going to put together, the typical 2 45-minute sets or so, and we're going to have the whole show. You know what I mean? The outfits down, and what's good about us is we actually lived this lifestyle, so we're not going to look like a bunch of corny dudes throwing on rope chains.
Outfits.
It's funny that we're here with you guys because that was the first thing. I'm like, yo, we got to get tracksuits for the show.
They got about 16 each.
Yeah, I'm totally borrowing Augie's tree torn outfit.
The best part that whole cross generation or genre thing. Judgment Night was a movie back in like the 90s.
Dude,
you're talking like Cypress Hill and Pearl Jam together on a song. You're talking like it was the whole soundtrack was all
the Judgment Night
references
are flying around.
Yes,
I
bet.
Yep. We talk about them all the time.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much what we're gonna be, but not heavy. Like even when we're heavy, it's not heavy. It's hard to explain. It's just so high energy.
Wait till you hear some of the stuff like. Yeah. Well, wait till you hear some of this crazy, like,
because that was one of my issues. Is everyone tried to do metal rap, and that was cool for a while.
Yeah.
But why can't you have some dudes like? Why can't you have a blues drummer? Like when we do Choice Is Yours, he literally plays the exact drum break. I already mentioned it. He plays the exact drum break.
Right.
So it's as hip hop as can be until that's the surprise.
Well, that's the best part. It's that was the whole thing. It was hip hop trying to be metal. Instead of the vice versa. You know what I mean? You go back to Anthrax and Public Enemy.
Bring the Noise.
Bring the Noise, yeah. Like that.
Anthrax
never heard it.
Hip-hop.
Never heard it before.
And that's the beauty about these guys. That was my problem. I needed these guys. Like Gordy came with the dopest hip-hop ideas for our show 13 years ago. He came with Rock Superstar. And like you need people that love the culture.
And now we got some soul, too,
genre.
with Smoke Jones.
Oh, my God.
Goodness.
Here's the best part.
You guys
Al
don't
can
even
spit, too.
Yes.
Smoke and spit.
This cat is so soulful. You talked about the Colleen Benefit, right?
Yeah.
Smoke Jones over here was the one that in between sets, right after Melvin, he came out. You were there.
Yeah.
He came out and sang "A Change Gonna Come" a cappella.
I remember that.
We literally sat Colleen down in the middle of she was going through a bunch of stuff. We sat her down in a chair in the middle.
Right in the front.
In the front of the dance floor. And he sang that song a cappella to her, and she wasn't the only one crying.
Right.
Let's just put it
I
down.
cried.
Yeah, it was insane.
And watch out for this dude. I'm telling you, like
he's doing big things on his
outside
own.
of Ghetto Blaster, like it's gonna be tough to keep him.
Who's Hush's guy that he sings with?
Cadillac Dale.
Looks just like him, dude.
No,
I think you do, man.
They have the salt and pepper goatee. But
I think that might be it, man. And the bald head.
But you hear this cat, like, you ever get a chance to go see Smoke Jones play?
Yeah, man.
This cat's got Thornetta Davis, Tasha Owens, like they get up. Melvin last show, Melvin, or 2 shows ago, Melvin rocked with him, but Thornetta will show up. Tasha's there almost all the time. Like they get up and sing with him and do duets and stuff. Tasha's
awesome.
Tell him.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Kill her, bro. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Please,
that's my
Bo,
biggest
don't hurt
supporter, Tasha Owens, man. You just got to give thanks to people that that help you out, that support you. That's what it's about. So.
I'm telling you, you hear Al and Tasha sing Tennessee.
And the
Whiskey.
craziest part is we were hanging out with
Tennessee
Al
Whiskey?
for months before he's like, "Oh yeah, I sing."
Al and Tasha doing Tennessee Whiskey.
Dude, the way I met Tasha Owens is the craziest. I was in Hamtramck actually, seeing the Kung Fu Lovers.
Were ya?
and I was sitting up front videoing, and my phone died, and I was like, oh fuck. And this chick was sitting next to me. She's videoing too. She goes, hey, listen, I can like email you or text you the video or whatever. I'm like, that'd be great or whatever. It was Tasha Owens.
No shit.
I had never met her before. I was like, that is awesome. Yeah, I love Tasha.
You know what's real funny too? Full circle. I don't even know if you remember this. There was a brief moment where Ghetto Blaster was almost just me and Al. I was going to play acoustic.
About a year,
it was going to be a two-guy act.
You play acoustic too?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
Nice.
a little bit.
A little bit.
It's a nice little looper too.
Yeah.
You hit the little loop.
Yeah, that's my
That's
thing.
the new thing.
So that's what I want to incorporate into my act. You know, building a song off the top of the head, you know, and making it organic and immersive for the crowd. You know, taking a suggestion, building that into your art, man. That's
one of the best. One of the best and hottest women in Detroit, Maini.
She killed it last night. Opening for Citizen
Killed it
Coke.
last night at the Fillmore. And who did she open up for?
Spooner played with her.
Yeah, Spoon.
Also.
Yeah, Citizen Cope is what it was. Yeah, and but she played a gig next door. We do an acoustic thing next door at Mikno's, and she used that. It was just amazing. Jack Hunger, by the way, says Al is sexy as fuck. I think he.
Well, I know
which
this.
Al? Which
Listen,
Al?
Jack,
Which Al?
I saw your keto diet reference with the scale the other day.
Yeah.
And so we need to talk.
Yeah.
Is that the Jack from Gasoline Gypsies?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still mad at you, bro. I really wanted the Gypsies on this show.
Yeah,
man.
they're playing.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
No, I'm so happy for them. Like,
Love them dudes. Man.
I'm
Aren't
really
they
happy that
awesome?
they became too busy.
Yeah.
I'm
You know
telling
what I
you,
mean?
I still brag on them just
agree.
from that Colleen benefit. I watch them. I'm like, Jesus, these guys are amazing.
They're gonna
so
Greta.
good.
They're gonna.
Did you see
Greta-
the
so,
videos
so
from what-
professional. Like, it's
I know.
perfect.
Did you see
they
the
were
videos
perfect.
from the T
Agreed,
Money
they're
show? What
amazing.
was the name of the
The
show? that
Hyped
they
Up
do?
Sessions.
Yeah, the Hyped Up Sessions from it was like 2 weeks ago.
It was a month ago because he's this Tuesday's.
Has it
the
been
new-
that long?
Yeah, this next one. This Tuesday's George Need.
Oh, okay.
He's
yeah,
playing
yeah.
this
Those-
Tuesday.
Those guys killed it. And it's
Automatic
all like
what is it?
I
what
think
we're
it's
doing,
just
but
George Need
video
now.
and
I
in
don't
by
a
himself.
better stage and
He's got a
everything.
band.
It was great.
I saw them. They were in my studio the first time, but then I saw them actually perform when I was hosting the dog event in Royal Oak.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They're
then over
incredible.
last summer,
Yeah,
they were
perfect.
like, we would love to do Bring the Noise this year, and then we just couldn't get. Like I said, man, I tell everybody they're about to Greta Van Fleet right out of
Oh,
here.
for sure.
And I'm so
Oh,
happy.
for
Yeah,
sure.
They're next.
Absolutely.
It's funny, and it's great because they're like the best guys ever.
Yeah,
Like,
they're.
Yeah,
you
they're
can
so
talk to
humble,
them.
they're
They'll
so
hang
awesome.
out with you. They're not that
They've
where
come
they
to,
just
like literally from
love.
Port Huron to Redford for some stuff that we do next door at the bar.
on a Thursday
And,
night.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
just show up. Like,
Uh-huh.
just so
At one
awesome.
point, I didn't
Hang
stop
out.
listening to their album for like 2 months, man. Them
Yeah.
Freaks and non-believers.
Dude,
is my
that's-
song.
Yeah.
I got so many people following them on Spotify
Good.
just because when I saw them, I was like, I just told everybody like they're.
But that's
They're
what it's all
amazing.
about, right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this
Share that
community
local
such a
music.
good time. And us here at Cave Radio and
Yep.
you guys doing what you guys do, because we get to hear all these bands and we share them with the public. Because to tell you the truth, I spent $20 last night, me and Mason, my 11-year-old son, and went and watched 15 bands play, and it was awesome. They did covers all night long because it was the Detroit artists covering other Detroit
it's a
artists.
theme.
That's
It's a
fun,
theme show,
though.
but
But
still,
it was
it's all
fun,
local
but I would
artists.
rather go pay $10 and see 3 bands
Yes,
here in
thank you.
Detroit at a local bar than pay $150 to go see fucking
One
Bob Seger
person.
again.
Who
for-
could give one shit about anybody in the crowd?
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel you, but
You
I
said
gotta
Bob
see-
Seger.
direct-
that's gotta be-
I'm going to Seeger,
But-
but just
Yeah.
because I've
You
never
know.
seen him and I got to see him
Right.
once.
right.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I'm just being honest. I've never seen him. I got to see him once.
We're going to see Phil Collins, so screw you guys.
Okay, so
I'm going to see Hall
dude,
and
I'm
Oates.
in.
Collins would have been a better
you going to?
example.
I'm going to see Hall and Oates.
I'm going to go see
I'm
Hall
going
and
to
Oates.
Hall and Oates.
Yeah.
I
go
can't
see
go
Hall
for
and Oates for
that.
the third
No.
time.
I saw him already. I got a wedding that day. It's breaking my damn heart.
Who's that?
Hall and
Thank
Oates
you
at
for
Freedom
catching
Hill.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw him
nice.
too. I was there.
That was the
Dude,
first.
we-
Yeah, they're playing
They're
again.
coming again.
We say it all
August
the time.
23rd.
To
Super
be in
expensive.
Seattle
You
in
gotta
like
give a shit. I'll be there.
89
I'll be there.
and see Pearl Jam and
Mother
Alice in
Love
Chains
Bone.
and all them play a show like at the Token or at the Diesel or
On
whatever.
my
and be able to
birthday-
talk to them afterwards and say hi and I love your music and can we get a picture together and
Right.
you know what I mean? Like that's where we're at
Yeah.
here and that's so much more important than when this band is huge and you spend $100 to sit in the nosebleeds and be one more person that donated to their
Well,
like
Dave Grohl meeting
I
his
know. I'm
wife
like, you paid how
bowling
much to
after
see
a
Greta
Nirvana
Van
show
Fleet?
at
I
Majestic,
walked him
you
up
know?
to the Riff stage,
Majestic.
man, like
Exactly.
2 years ago.
That's like, well, and that's like Greta Van, or not Greta Van Fleet, Gasoline Gypsies. Like, I can say I played a hall with them for a benefit party because I know they're about to be huge. They're going to be
Such
huge.
random events. We hosted a dog event together.
Yes.
You know, wiener dog races,
wiener dog,
gasoline gypsies, and BJ Dirty White.
Love it.
Just lost.
Real quick, the only thing I forgot to say, the important information. It's a free show. Doors are at 8 p.m. and it's at 3 Blind Mice in Mount Clemens. We have 4 legendary, 1 soon-to-be legendary acts, and you can't go wrong, man. It's free.
Upstairs?
Free.
Upstairs
room?
on Brad's loud system.
The loud
with the pretty lights
up there.
Shout out to Volcano too.
Yeah, Volcano's gonna be on the house doing light. They're doing sound for us.
Oh,
so you know it's gonna sound good.
Yeah, Volcano's that guy.
We
Pretty
bring him
excited.
in, and then all of a sudden there's a
Volcano
came in. Volcano came in with Nadir and Spooner.
Yep.
He was gonna MC an event that Nadir was throwing, and he got on the mic and was rocking. Is it funky enough? And my buddy, my ex roommate, walked in, and he's like, "Oh, I'll rap with you." So we give him a mic, right?
Oh, hold on. White bread.
Yeah,
Okay.
from Texas.
Like white bread just
Full
came
on
in
white
the
bread.
studio.
Yeah.
And said, I'm gonna rap battle you. We're like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Well, he didn't say
come on,
battle
Wonder
at first.
Bread.
He just said, "I want to rap with you." So we
Right,
gave him a
right.
mic, and he got he grabbed the mic and went at Volcano, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Volcano's
can't
gonna
judge these
body
kids
slam this motherfucker through a wall, dude." Volcano looked at us and was like, "Is he fucking battling?"
We were all doing the same thing. Like, is he fucking battling?
Right?
Like we were all.
Was he good though?
He was all boy. He was
Well,
good.
the first time
the first,
he was.
Yeah, the first.
By the
minute.
third
He had
time
the
it was
eight.
his turn, it was all motherfuckers. He had nothing left. It was
had
motherfucker.
He had one written verse that he
Right.
spit.
Exactly.
But it was
Then
funny
after
because
that,
he's been
Had
saying
one
in
in
the
the
mirror
bucket.
for years at himself.
Volcano
And
looks
gotta-
at us and he's like, "Is this motherfucker battling me?" I'm like, "I don't know. Go with it." So then after the show, we all go next door and we're having some beers. And I go, "Do you know who Volcano is?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "He's only been like 3-time Detroit Hip Hop Artist of the Year for the DMAs. He started off battle rapping." And he's like, "What?"
My bad, yo.
Yeah, no shit.
It wasn't even Eminem. It was like corn nuts when against Volcano.
That's
it
the
was
problem.
like
Is
that
that
bad.
you can't judge rappers anymore with cats like Logic and Token
Logic.
walking around. You
Logic's
never
the
know.
shit. My
You
son
might have a corny
loves
white dude destroy you. You
Right,
might not
right.
Just because you're wearing some Rockaware does not make you
I remember
better.
a professor back
And
in the
his
day
Tommy
doing the
is,
rap battles at
right.
Lush.
Right.
Just step in there and everyone's like, "Who is this dork?" He
I
got up there
was-
with Beretta and King Gordy and hold his own.
We were at those.
I
man.
was at a lot of
I
those.
worked the door of those things.
I
back
know
in the Lush
A-Rock
days.
was there. Like,
Yep.
dude, I was at a lot of those Lush battles. I remember when I can't even think. There was so many people. There was like Hostile was battling. Like we were in there with Marco Polo and Crown P Camp, and like we were in there, bitch, like 20 deep, and then every once in a while somebody would come in and we're just like, we ain't even mad at you, dude. You're that good. We're like, some random dude shows up.
Fun
Tuesday
fact, by the
nights.
way, Hush is the reason why Corona became a battle rapper. Also,
Ms. Corona?
yeah,
She
Yeah,
is
her
one of the
first day
coolest
battling, she ripped
chicks.
how many?
Oh yeah, at
18?
yeah, when we were at
She ripped 18 MCs, and then one below came in.
Corona and
No,
Redbone were two
well,
of
no,
my
it was-
favorite
it
people
was when
back in
Malik-
that era of
Oh,
rap battles.
Malik.
well, it was
Yeah.
Malachi. So her and Malachi battled, and
Well, it's
she
still
got
in
an
the air who
yeah,
really
she
won
got
that
an
one.
extra round. They gave her an extra round. No, like it was Malachi because Malachi is a beast. He was with
Malachi will call in. He called
Binary
in our
Star
show
and them back
before
in
and
the day.
challenged Corona. He's
Yeah.
like, I'll take you.
Malachi was a beast, but they gave like Corona got to spit a third verse, and it was like, wait, give him the mic. And don't get me wrong,
She's like, I'm sick of eating
they
this
were
food off this
even, like
raggedy
they were
lunch
both
truck.
ridiculous, but it was like, damn, let Malachi spit another verse. You just give her a third, and he only gets 2.
Right.
But yeah, man, like that was back when Corona started the Wired Frog.
Shout out to Corona.
Shout out to Corona. Love Corona.
Wired
Corona
Frog.
was-
Frog.
She was
You know who
She's
Ms.
no
Brains?
longer eating the food off the raggedy lunch truck.
No
Yeah.
longer off the lunch truck. Yeah, her and Redbone were two of my favorites.
Oh,
back in that
Redbone
era.
was ridiculous.
They were
yeah.
just so good.
Shout out to Raw Collection. Damn.
So
Rock
I'm
like the
going to read
Dreadnoughts.
this real quick, and
Yeah,
then we're going to take a
Almighty
real quick break.
Dreadnoughts,
When we
yeah.
come back, we're going to have you guys play a tune. But first, we're going to do Dumb Shit with Dawn at 8:30. But real quick on this, we got Tasha Owens saying, thanks, guys, for all the love. Jack Hunger says, Al is sexy as fuck. He still hasn't told us which Al. Rachel O'Neill says, heck yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I think it's both.
Jack, or Linda Carter says, or Linda Carter, a.k.a. Colin Collins, says, Smoke and Tasha absolutely take Chris Stapleton's Tennessee whiskey to a whole different level. Goosebumps.
Yep.
Tasha says, thank you.
Thank you.
Jack then says, we're all in this shit together. I think he was referring to us all talking about promoting and everything.
Yeah, promoting each other.
Alyssa says, you've opened up a whole new world of local music with this show. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for those comments. But like I said, we're going to take a real quick break. 420, this is coming up Saturday. We got the birthday party for DJ Dirty White, a.k.a. Rick Pruneda. Lots of St. Thomas Boys Academy, One Below, Melvin Davis, the reunion of Four Star, and the emergence of the birth of Ghetto Blaster. It's going to be a great time. We also got Augie, Mikey, and Konrad. We're going to have them guys take the table here in just a minute. And we're going to have story time with Uncle Augie here in a little bit, too. So we got lots to cover in the next hour and 15 minutes.
We're coming back with Dumb Shit with Dawn?
We're going to come back with Dumb Shit with Dawn,
Oh, my
baby.
God.
All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to leave you with this is a DJ Tom T remix.
Featured at the Tracksuit Party.
Yeah, featured
Next
at the Tracksuit Party.
He's a DJ.
And how do I say this? The music I'm about to play, we do not own the rights to for Facebook Live. Oh, you do own the rights.
He did it, yeah.
Boom.
Never
And
mind.
and that doesn't work anyways.
Yeah,
No.
It doesn't work.
Right.
They
All
still-
right.
they
DJ
still
Tom
sell
T. This is about a 7-minute mix. We'll be back in about 7 minutes with Dumb Shit with Dawn.
Yeah.
if you close your eyes? Does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? Oh, how am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this if you close your eyes? Does it almost feel like nothing changed at all?
For the best Italian fare in Metro Detroit, you've got to try Bella Piatti. Venetian-born chef Francesco Apollonia prepares his style of Italian cuisine using only the finest ingredients. Located at 167 Townsend in Birmingham, Michigan, across from the Townsend Hotel. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Friday or dinner on Saturday night. Check out our happy hour Tuesday through Friday from 4 to 6:30 p.m. at the bar or on the patio. Enjoy $6 appetizers, $3 glasses of wine, and $2 off cocktails. Call 248-494-7110 for dining room reservations. Bella Piatti in Birmingham.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Slovakian trap cone. That's correct. It is one of those. It's an anal butt plug that's shaped in a cone that is super small for men, Czechoslovakian men.
What? Czechoslovakian?
Czechoslovakian?
From Czechoslovakia?
Czechoslovakia.
That's a bedackle. Bedackle.
It's time for Dumb Shit with Dog.
Welcome back, everybody. It is that time of the show. Each and every week, we take advantage of our friend Dawn, and not the way she likes to be taken advantage of.
True, that is true.
Yeah. Mikey, you don't have to wear those. You don't have to.
But I look good.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Lies.
Erroneous.
Erroneous.
On all counts.
So, by the way, Dan Mayer, the owner of Cave Radio, sent us a couple messages while we were on break, and he says, it was such bullshit. Wedding Crashers is my real champ. Isla Fisher is a goddess.
Well,
so,
duh.
Yeah.
Well, if you like redheads.
Yeah.
Okay, salute.
Salut. All right, hold on. Hold on. Pour me.
Oh my gosh.
Did you say porn?
Porn.
Did you say porn?
No, it's
Porn?
dumb shit.
We're just porn.
Oh my god.
This is
They have
one
to
of those
get.
things I
They
should've
have to
brought more
catch
than
up.
one bottle of Yeji, huh? It's
Yeji.
going fast.
Thank
All right,
God.
hold still because we're over the board.
I got it.
You guys are braver than I ever was.
For all the old people watching on News Channel 7, they're
All
pouring
right,
cheers
everybody,
on the table.
throw cheers up to the camera. Flip the camera. All right.
Prost. German. Prost.
All right, David Hooper's listening, by the way.
Let the tussin get to the
He says, I thought our show was crowded. All right, Don, this is fun. But Rachel O'Neill
Hi.
says, hi, Don, miss you. Hi, Rach.
Hi.
All right, Dumb Shit with Don, for all of you that don't remember or haven't heard this segment before. We give Don questions that a fifth grader could answer. And yeah, pretty
No,
much.
obviously not.
We love you, Don.
Thank you.
All right, here we
I
go.
love you.
First question is, what is the fear of enclosed spaces called?
Claustrophobia.
1-0.
Bam, girl. No, actually, 1 for 1.
My
Right.
number one fan is here.
All right. Who are Paris and Nicole Hilton?
Heirs of the Hilton Hotels.
Wow.
Jesus.
Sluts.
Yeah, Dawn needs another shot.
Change the name of it to This Is Question
Someone
Don
give
should
leading
answer.
up to
That's
it.
from
All right.
Tennessee.
Hey, this segment's going.
They are.
Dawn's got this.
What was Marco Polo best known for?
Did he invent polo?
Yeah, he invented polo.
Not the disease, the game.
Ralph?
Not the
Marco.
disease.
No, the disease is polio, darling.
Oh, that is polio.
Fish out of water.
I am.
All right.
All right,
Just wait,
so
it's early.
shut up.
What
The
was
Yezhnivka
Marco
is
Polo
Marco
kicking in.
Polo.
best known for?
Painting. He sounds like a painter. This
Solid
sounds like a
guess,
painter's
but-
name.
It does sound like a painter's name, but it's
All
not.
right.
Kitchens and bathrooms and
He
shit like
was,
that.
yeah. He was an explorer, and he was also a merchant. I would have accepted both.
So
your
where did the
opinions.
game come
We
from?
brought
Marco
spice from
Polo.
the
Spice
Orient.
Girl.
Hey, that means he
Yeah.
was a weed dealer
That's
back
Marco
in the day.
Polo spice.
Yeah,
He
Marco
traveled to China.
He was everybody's weed
European
hookup back
So
in the
I
day.
don't.
Explorer and trader.
So where did the game come from?
Where did the
Marco
game Marco
Polo,
Polo?
like
I don't know.
Because he fell off the
Marco,
boat once.
Yeah, I think
and they're like Marco.
And he was like,
Polo.
You're like, no, you're it.
Was he blind?
what?
Was he blind?
Polio.
Marco,
All right.
polio.
All right.
Oh, get him
Dude.
What city does Batman call home?
Batman is from Gotham,
Exactly, England.
Gotham.
Gotham, right?
Didn't they beat?
What's
Close.
it?
You're close. You're close.
No,
Gotham.
keep going, keep going. You'll get it.
Gotham.
Yes,
Gotham.
there you go.
Oh,
There
there
you
you go.
Beat Hotspur.
Gotham. I mean, that's going to stick with me forever.
I know.
go. Batman.
Oh,
think
it
that's where
does.
Jesus
I
is
think, bro, he
from.
was born
That's
in
what I was
Gotham.
thinking.
Jesus is from
That's the
Gotham.
Value City Batman.
Well, it kind of sounds the same.
Mine.
It just might be.
Robin is.
No one's ever saw the two of them at the same time.
Oh my gosh. I got half of that right though. I get 5%.
Yeah, you get 5%.
Or
half.
half.
Is it me or does Gotham sound like a
50%.
band
What,
from
50?
like
50.
early 2000s?
Right, exactly.
I eat that sandwich.
I used to play bass for Gotham.
Easy.
All right.
Bring it down. Bring it down.
Right, all right. Where did
Yeah.
the Planets of Apes take place in? The Planet of Apes take place in? Where?
On the Planet of Apes?
Yeah, you're right. But
No,
where,
it's a movie, so it's fictional. So wasn't there a Planet of Apes?
Yeah, but where were they? Where did
was
the
that
movie
planet
take
called?
place? What was the planet that they were on called?
I have no idea.
No?
Monkey Land.
It's not flat.
Um, Think about it.
Think about
What
it.
did they do?
Did you ever see the
Planet
movie?
Gorilla. Okay, Rainforest.
Okay.
Did you ever see the movie?
Okay. Let her. She's going to get here. She's
Did you
gonna
ever
get
see
there.
the movie?
What? She'll get
No.
All right.
Oh, New York.
there. Okay. The
Didn't they
Planet
go
of
to New York?
The Planet of New York?
Yes.
They did go to New York.
They were there.
So what planet's New York on?
Yes.
Earth.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh my God! The obvious. See, this is what happens. Is I think too much.
You gotta let her take that journey.
How many?
They're slow cogs.
Yeah.
They make it happen.
How many?
What did you call
There's a
me?
little guy
What did he
walking on
call
that
me?
clock.
Slightly over in
Slow
Gotham, but
cogs.
other
I thought he called me a slow cog.
How?
You know, Batman from Great Britain.
How many letters?
Sounds like a small college that like is not like deep
I know, isn't this stupid?
Hey,
Oh
weren't
my
they
God.
Cinderella in the March Madness this year?
Well, my girlfriend was from Gotham.
I want to be from Gotham.
All right, how
So that's in Canada.
how many letters are in the English alphabet?
24? 26?
Plus. Oh, good.
I'll give you half.
I knew it was even number.
I'll give you half on that one.
Thank you.
All right. What is?
I have a point.
She's like, I appreciate it.
2.5.
I know I need it.
Who holds the record for most medals won in the Olympics?
That would be a runner.
Would it be?
No,
Yes,
a swimmer.
maybe.
What's
No, a gymnast. That sounds better.
Caitlyn Jenner.
What's the swimmer's name?
though?
What's the swimmer, gymnast, runner's name?
Yeah.
Michael Phelps.
Jesus. Bam.
He won 28. 28.
And he did it all while smoking the gun.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Bruce
Whatever.
Phelps. I was hoping Bruce Phelps was
So
Caitlyn
it's
Jenner.
Phelps. We got a lot of
Oh,
we got a lot of comments coming in. We got David Hooper says, "Oh, little town of Gotham." And then he says, "Can the audience play?" Which is funny because Dawn wants lifelines.
Dawn has no
I
access
do.
to anything that anybody says.
I think I should have
my
two
favorite is the
lifelines.
theme song
I think
for
I should have
Gotham that
in-studio lifeline
Jesus.
and the feed, the news
Well,
feed
if you
on the
have
video.
lifelines, it better be people that are not sober.
Right.
Right.
All right,
It
here
won't
we
be
go.
funny if they're just giving
True.
Here we
She's
go.
gonna go right
I'm
to
in.
Michelle.
That is-
What did the Greeks hide inside when they captured Troy? What did the Greeks hide in when they captured
No, it came to my
Troy?
mind. I was going to say turtles.
The Greek turtle.
No, the soldiers in the horse.
Trojan horse. Yeah.
Yes.
You're getting owned right now, Shaltis.
I know I am. All right.
That was the funniest one, though. Actually, my
All right.
my Trojan turtle.
What is highlight?
highlight?
What is highlight?
Highlight. Highlight.
Highlight.
Highlight
You
is
tell the cops. It's something you tell the cops. when
high.
they pull you
It's a
over
high
and you
alcohol
smoke too much.
content.
It's a
That's
high
the
alcohol
best.
content.
Highlight.
High what?
No, it's a high alcohol content.
Li is lithium, so high lithium.
Yes. No.
Exactly.
No.
Highlight is a game that's played exclusively in Miami.
It's a Miami sport that you saw in the opening of
All right,
Miami
don't tell
Vice.
her. I mean, that-
She doesn't get
that's
it.
Polo.
It's
Polo.
You ever played trackball in your front yard when you were a kid?
Oh, I
got that
had
long
one of
curly
those.
thing.
Trackball. Remember that?
Yeah.
All right.
Like that on steroids.
Yeah.
What? They got bigger
Yeah,
ones?
exactly.
It's, oh yeah, like it's a big fucking wicker, like basket, like an extension.
Is
of
this?
your arm.
Are you telling me the truth?
I
Yeah,
swear
it's
to God,
real.
right now.
Yeah.
You wear helmets. The ball is hard as fuck.
They only play at Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
High,
crazy.
Lahai.
High,
It's in the
Lahai.
opening
Lahai.
sequence of Miami Vice.
All right.
I tell you, it's
Lahai.
All right, here we go. Who was Jimmy Hoffa?
He was a mafia dude that died, and they can't find his body.
Or did he?
Or did he?
He wasn't
Or
a
he
mafia
might be
guy.
with.
Was he
Hey,
a
he
mafia
might be with
guy?
Biggie and Tupac.
He
He
probably
wasn't
is.
quite the mafia. He wasn't quite mafia. What? But he was something else big around here.
He was.
He's probably in Warren right now. Buried under somebody's
He's buried at Telegraph and Maple underneath the restaurant, Andiamos.
Andiamos or
Used to be
Ram's
the
Horn.
Marcus Red Fox.
Yeah. So he wasn't.
Wait, who are we talking about
Who
again?
was Jimmy Hoffa?
He was a gangbanger.
Gangbanger?
Yeah, he used to love the bank.
Wasn't he a mafia lord?
And the drug dealer.
You're not wrong, but you're not right either.
Jimmy Hoffa's
Did he own
like, we're
dry
going to ride
cleaners?
on these fools.
No, he didn't own dry. He wasn't Asian.
Oh.
He didn't own dry cleaners. Hey,
He
come
was-
back Thursday. We'll
He
pick
was
you up.
a labor union leader. He was
Yes.
actually the first president of the Teamsters Union. But he was involved in the mafia or with the mafia.
And they can't.
And then they killed him. And then they killed him.
But nobody knows.
I think that's a push. I don't think he's wrong on that.
It's the best word in
I'll
radio.
give her
I
half.
think he's in
Thank you.
Gotham.
That's
The best word in radio is
Thank you.
allegedly.
He's hanging out in Gotham.
All right, keep going.
In-
I get points for that one though.
I gave you half.
Okay.
In what movie would you?
5%.
In what movie would you find Brand, Mikey, Mouth, Chunk, and Data?
Yeah, that's exactly it. She got it. Oh. No. that's
In
not
what
it.
movie would you
The
find Brand,
Peanuts?
Mikey,
A
Mouth,
movie.
Chunk,
Listen.
and Data?
Okay, hold on. That was.
Data had
Can
a.
we give clues?
No,
Is it
no, you
like
can't do-
The Sandlot?
No, but you're.
No, I
you're
really like
getting
your
close.
guess.
I almost gave you
I'm
those
impressed.
names. The Sandlot.
That was a good guess.
I will say, I'll give you a clue. Dana had a boxing glove in his chest. He opened up his coat, and the boxing glove was
And it
punched him in the
stars
face.
Thanos and Cable.
I don't
Do the truffle shuffle. Show her the
Yeah, I'm not
truffle
gonna
shuffle.
show her the
Do the truffle shuffle.
You realize I didn't see this movie.
It also stars a Hobbit.
It does have
A Hobbit.
$50 bills. Yes. The $150 bills. We can say whatever you call it.
One-eyed Willie. One-eyed
Revenge
Willie.
of the Nerds.
One-eyed Willie.
The movie
Yeah,
was called
One-Eyed Willie.
Goonies.
Oh.
The movie was called Goonies.
Hey, you guys.
Every Friday at Whiskey would
I
also
think
be
I just had the whole movie.
What is the lesson learned in The Boy Who Cried Wolf?
The lesson learned would be shut the fuck up for real, because nobody believes you in the end if you keep saying the same stuff over and over and over.
I'm going with that. I'll give you that one.
Full point for you.
It's always tell the truth is what the real, but that's
Always
perfect.
tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's my version of.
That's you did it. All right.
Thank you.
What other cities were the capital of the United States besides Washington, D.C.? What other American cities were capital of the United
Does she
States?
just have to get
besides? No, she's got to get them both.
Okay.
They're easy.
I gotta get it. They're easy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are.
Exactly.
Hold on. We'll say
Hams.
Maryland.
Maryland's a state.
Oh.
Great
What
city.
cities?
Great guess.
It's one of my favorite cities.
How about hey?
Hey.
It would be
T. How about hey?
Are you just looking around the room and saying you love things?
I love lamp.
I love things.
I love Toto.
What other city? What two other cities? I'll give you that. Were
East
capital
Coast
of the
big
United
cities.
States
Go.
besides
St. Louis.
East Coast big cities.
She said
Go.
St. Louis.
East Coast big cities. New York.
Yeah, New York's
Ding,
one.
ding,
New York
ding.
City was
Yep.
one.
Stand colonies.
And then Boston.
That's a good guess, but it's Philadelphia.
It was Philly. It's either you're gonna go Philly or Boston. That's the only
Yeah.
other ones.
Hey,
I wouldn't
who
have gotten
wouldn't?
that one either.
Right.
Thank
I'm
you.
just saying.
Thank you.
Like I'm talking to Konrad. I'm like Roanoke. Is that it?
That was
Maybe?
that was a lost colony.
Redford.
Just disappeared after.
What's
Atlantis?
what's the name of land surrounded on three sides by water?
I have one in my kitchen.
3/4 of an island.
No.
Peninsula.
You should have gave it away.
Peninsula. Peninsula.
Hey,
Hey,
you go.
she got
We're
it.
on peninsulas, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Michigan one.
Which one of the Michigan ones are we on?
The Mitten one.
No, but which peninsula are we on in Michigan?
Lower.
Oh, there you go.
Another half point. Give her a half point for that.
I got it.
Thank you. Look.
That's 10% for that one.
All right. In football, in football,
Football.
Dawn,
I like football.
how many points do you have if you score 2 field goals, 1 touchdown, and an extra point?
That would be 14. No, 13.
Nice. Ding, 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 ding.
I added the extra.
Oh.
I actually did the extra.
They tried to trick you. I think she gets 1.5 for that. 'cause you
And that
tried
would
to
be
screw
15 if they threw a safety.
You did that slow hesitation. I looked down and seen she was right. You
I
did the
did.
slow
I
hesitation
did.
to make her think she was
I
right, so
did.
she would guess a
Yeah,
different
I
number.
did. All right. I gave you half.
Thank you.
I gave half.
You called that from way over there.
Are
I
we
watched
still
it.
having
I
phrasing?
feel crooked.
I will not let them do you like that, girl. I got
All right.
you.
All right. A few more left. All right. All right. In a novel, who's telling the story from the third-person perspective? What's the name of the person telling the story from a third-person perspective?
Narrator.
Say what?
Is that like a narwhal?
No,
That
keep
is
going.
the whitest, longest answer ever.
Narrator.
No, what?
Narrator. Narrator.
Hold on.
Narrator.
Hold on.
What is it?
What?
Don, what is it?
Narrator.
Narrator.
Narrator. What
Like
is
you
it?
would do
Narrator.
a steak.
That's what it's
I
a cyborg
can say
reading
it fast.
You narrate
Narrator. It's a narrator.
Narrate a steak.
When a cyborg
Narrator.
comes
What
back
is it
from the
called?
past
Say it out.
to
Say the right
destroy
way.
all the narrators.
Say this dumb shit with Dawn, not Al.
I just narrate.
Is that the machine you use after you use
Narrator.
Nair?
It's not the narrator.
The narrator. Narrator.
narrated some meat.
Narrator. Narrator.
All right. All right. She didn't get that one.
Well,
No, we
yes,
gave
I
her half. We
did.
got a half on that
After,
one.
you know what?
What-
It was it.
What continent is Greece located? Which continent is Greece located?
Northern Europe.
Yes.
Europe.
No.
We just went with Europe because that's
But it's
a continent.
definitely not northern.
but it's Europe.
Oh.
You know, it's warm in Greece. I don't know if you knew that.
Is it?
Yes. And they like to do each other in the butt.
Oh.
It's Greek.
I might
That's
go
what
to Greece.
Is, yeah.
It's all Greek.
All right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, not. I mean, I'm just saying.
What language is the main language of Quebec?
Quebec. Quebec sounds Spaniard.
It does.
So
It sounds Spanish.
so it's Spanish.
It's not Spaniard.
Mexican.
No, it's
Mexican's not a language.
Honey, it's in Canada.
Quebec, Canada, French.
It's
What?
Spanglish.
French.
French Canadian.
Quebecanese.
We did not
They
get that one.
speak Blaxicanese.
Spaniard. Come on, it's not Spaniard.
What river separates the U.S.
The Nile.
and Mexico?
Oh.
Wow. Think you're getting those extra points on Jeopardy hitting that button early, but it did not work out. Did not work out, Jeopardy.
What river separates the U.S. and Mexico?
The Mississippi.
Oh, jeez, I'm out of this.
Oh.
Augie
That's
had
the only
to
river I know
Augie
that.
tried.
The big one.
The Rio Grande.
Oh.
Rio Grande.
That means it's big. Grande.
Grande. What does
Like
Rio mean?
Starbucks.
What's Rio
Duran
mean?
Duran.
Rio
All right, just a few more left.
It's great song.
Struggling.
What is the force that causes objects to fall to the ground?
Gravity.
Oh, good job.
You hesitated, and I was on his joke. I was literally going to.
I was, I was. Yeah.
All right,
Who discovered gravity?
we went through this last week.
The John guy with the noodle in his hat. They called it macaroni. Right?
Not Yankee Doodle.
No.
Was it Yankee Doodle?
Johnny Appleseed.
No, it's not Johnny Appleseed.
with the noodle.
Was not Johnny Appleseed.
Remember, we did this.
Oh, all right. Let's get off this one. We already did this,
No,
and
no,
it's
no.
over.
Let's finish this out.
What was the question? I didn't even hear.
I don't
Who
even know
discovered
anymore.
gravity?
I don't even know
Who
anymore.
discovered? Remember, like we did it last week. It was-
She went the noodle.
Adam E. Levine.
Yes. The dude from Maroon 5
Nipples.
discovered
Oh,
gravity.
that's not him. Hold on.
remember Isaac Newton?
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton. He
Oh
also-
my
he
God.
also-
I am Adam
See,
Eve of Eve.
they threw me off there.
yeah, he does.
Oh God. See, I told you this was dumb.
awesome.
I can't wait to give you your seat back, Don.
Hey, kudos. This is an award-winning segment.
His knuckles are probably
Animals-
white. He sits over there and roots for me so
All right,
bad.
Don. Animals that eat only meat are known as
Carnivores.
What? Carnivore?
carnivores.
Carnivores.
No, that's the ones that eat only.
It's
corn.
carnivores. Carnivores.
We gotcha.
Dude.
Carnivores. They eat only
Corn.
meat. Corn meat only.
What are bricks traditionally made of?
Cement.
What are bricks traditionally made of?
Bricks.
Yeah,
Like-
they make bricks out of bricks, right?
Stones.
No.
They do.
Metal.
What?
Yes, they're made out of metal.
That one I can't say. I can't know
You got
how
a
to
brick
Bricks.
house made out of metal?
So much more
No.
when I throw
The
one
bricks
at
like
somebody.
in the wall.
No,
No,
those are
those
cinder blocks.
Yeah,
Oh.
Bricks like the little red and
Yeah.
orange and colored-
Rocks and dirt and sand.
You're
Cement.
close. Clay
What?
is what they make.
Play-Doh is the answer.
Clay. We're not going to give
You
you
have
that
a
one.
fun fact?
All right. A football field is 100 yards long.
Yes.
How many feet are 2 football fields?
Okay, so 100 yards. So there's
Fuck math.
3 feet to a yard. So it's 300 feet times how many?
2 football fields.
So 600 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought you had something.
I did.
Yeah. Dick.
All right. What is the largest planet in our solar system?
Uranus.
No, that's in the cave.
Oh.
That's in the cave.
All right.
The actual solar system.
Venus.
No.
Jupiter.
There you go.
Hey.
We're not going to give you that one either. What is the?
I just wanted to say Uranus
What,
first.
I know. What is the largest? What is the largest bird on the planet?
Oh God, that would be a bird.
What
It
is
would
the
be a
largest
bird, 'cause
bird
that's part of the question.
on the planet?
Vulture. Flamingo. Eagle.
Keep going.
How about? I don't know. Cockatoo. Teal. Those are the little ones.
That's a parakeet.
I meant the
Cockatoo
little
is a
ones.
She went
Beretta.
from a vulture to a cockatoo.
I know. It's an ostrich, Don. Ostrich.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't even looking at your your hand.
She was thinking about,
I would have
I gotta
said
poke
condor.
that, otherwise
so.
he gets to punch me
But
in the
it's
arm.
I was like, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm about to put my finger in it.
All right, 3 more. We got 3 more, Don.
Okay.
All right. Which layer of Earth do humans live on? Now this is I'm gonna give you 3.
Crust.
Oh, I didn't even.
Damn, nice.
Boom.
The pizza does
Suck
everybody
it.
Also the
She
most
got
delicious
crushed.
part of the earth.
But for the record, I would have taken the over tonight.
Right.
With Don, I would have taken the over.
All right.
It would be okay.
What sport star was known as the Great One?
The Great One?
What sports star was known as the Great One?
Muhammad Ali.
John Holmes.
He was the greatest.
Oh.
It's not a bad guess.
The Great One. It was a great guess.
How about
He wore number 99.
99, not 69?
No.
They wasn't that great.
He might have done 69.
His number was retired by every team in the league.
Babe Ruth.
No.
You're off by
Wayne Gretzky.
Oh my God! Yes.
3rd time.
Was it?
Come from
From back here.
someone behind you.
I don't know.
All right. This last one. Are you ready?
Yes.
What year did Columbus sail the ocean blue?
1992.
Exactly. When I graduated.
1892.
He was on his way over when I graduated.
1792.
Keep going.
1648.
7. Go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, please, God, no.
Keep going. Hut, hike.
1622. Wait, hold on.
What year did Columbus sail the
1472.
You're up by 20 years.
1492.
1492.
God, please let me get it.
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3, 4,
That was excellent.
8, 9, 10, 11.
These are my friends. They just know me.
You got 12 and a half out of 30.
Oh my God.
Seven. So I'm really happy for you.
Because,
My average is 7.
Dawn, great job. Switch seats with Augie real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Wave goodbye to your fans.
That was excellent. Dawn never disappoints.
That was amazing.
I love you, girl. All right. We got Konrad, Mikey, and Augie in here talking about the tracksuit party, which happens. It's the 7th annual tracksuit party. Bo, slam that over to that mic over to Mikey real quick.
Mikey and I were on fucking point together on that.
Yeah,
one.
we
had
were-
the Billy Madison thing going.
Oh yeah.
Where she was like just guessing out numbers and he's zipping up his fucking.
That is
'Cause if you
correct.
if you remember, Farley was like, "That is correct."
Right.
He had to guess the whatever. It was fun.
So
Doing one of those, but
we got
it's over with now.
2 full tracksuits and half a tracksuit going on here.
And a no track.
And a no tracksuit.
I was not informed about the whole tracksuit thing. I'm sorry. I don't pay attention to my Facebook messages.
That's all right. So
Michelle wore a tracksuit. She wore a
She
velour.
did.
Yeah.
We also have DJ Tom T here at the table.
Hello.
We're you guys are all involved in tracksuit. Now, how long has Tom been involved with the tracksuit? Why don't you tell
I'm
us?
in the 3rd or 4th one.
I thought it was the second one.
I think it was the 3rd. Then we had Nothing Elegant for 2 years, and then it was you.
I don't know. After I started, I never stopped. I know
Right.
that much.
That's he said. I'm never not doing this party. He came up to me, and I went to college
Never
with Tom
not?
T.
Never not?
Never
Is that
not.
Is that a double
I
negative?
ain't never not doing this party.
Okay, yeah.
I met Tom at Michigan
Ain't good as
State.
never.
He DJ'd a party in my Kiva in my dorm. And
What's a
we're just-
Kiva? Isn't that a car?
It was like the little
small car.
space in the dorm for like it's like a little
okay.
auditorium. He was DJing the party, and what was the song? It said like, do you have How Do You Want It?
Yeah,
by,
this guy wanted to hear some like Tupac stuff, and but I'm in the dorm. I'm trying to make a couple bucks.
Right.
Can't do it without clean versions.
I'm like, well, I got the.
He's like, I got it
edited maxi
upstairs. So I'm
single
like, go
upstairs.
get
He's
it.
like, go get
Go
it.
get it.
Maxi single.
That's right.
Go get it.
It's got like
the single upstairs.
yeah, it's got like
soaks
4
it all up.
versions.
The maxi single does.
So then, literally, like as soon as we graduated, we started doing fantasy football
I'm
together.
actually just
and-
amazed that he had a Tupac album.
Yeah, right.
I was too. I was like, go get it. I didn't think he was coming back.
The whitest guy in the room had a Tupac. I love you, Augie.
He's like, I'm the clerk, right?
I wasn't the clerk then. Was not the clerk.
I'm saying, dude. I was like, listen. I was impressed. I'm like, go get it. Let me just see.
Right?
Little How Do
He
You
brought
Want
it
It
back.
by Tupac.
He brought it back.
So, Mikey,
Zach
tell us a
Morris
little
came
bit
through.
about how you guys started doing this tracksuit thing.
I guess I think it's the first time it ever happened. Conrad, what you got one for Christmas?
I got it for Christmas years before, and it was a drunken bet I lost with August the night before.
Well, that's what before I was a clerk. I was working Thursdays and
Before he was an
Fridays.
elected
His
official.
voice got
Before
really
he was
deep when he did
appointed.
that.
Oh yeah, I pushed it there. And it was a Thursday night, and
Mm-hmm.
you put something on Facebook, and you said, "I don't know why my sister ever thought I would wear this tracksuit. I just found it in the attic." And Mikey and I both responded, "Wear it tomorrow. We'll wear ours."
We'll wear ours. Because
And it
who
was-
doesn't have a fantastic tracksuit in their
And
in their
yeah,
closet?
we put it on Facebook, and people just came in there to look at this, and we were like, we should make this party. And within seconds, somebody was like, I'll DJ it. We're in. And the party just happened from that point on, and it just kept growing every year.
Yeah, we decided to do some raffles, raise some money for a charity. We used to pick different charities. Now both the Tracksuit and Magnum PI are kind of locked in to the charities we support. This so Tracksuit Party goes for the Friendship House, which is the only food pantry that serves strictly the 48212 Hamtramck area code.
I have to tell you what's great about this whole thing is none of us take any money. Like it's all for charity, and it's just an awesome time. It's an awesome thing. Period.
That's the best thing about
It is.
You know,
I love that part.
We at Cave Radio are huge humanitarians when it comes to.
You're huge.
Yeah, no. When it comes to giving back
You're
to the
big.
people, we've thrown
And
countless parties for. We were talking about earlier. Rick and I and Dan and Al. I don't say we had differences, but we weren't seeing eye to eye for the longest time, and we came together for a friend of ours, Colleen Collins, who's listening, and we kind of buried the hatchet, and we became friends and threw this party for her. And that's what it's all about. When you got a platform like this, we're not making any fucking money doing this Cave Radio thing, but if we can get the word out there to help somebody or to
Sometimes when there's a cause, it's time to put the differences to the side
Yeah,
and
for
come
sure.
together,
Yep.
which is what we did for Colleen's thing, which was awesome.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was
I had a
great.
blast.
I wasn't
I
there. I
did
was in
too.
Florida with my son having a heart attack, so I was having a heart attack, not my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because, I mean,
Well, stop doing that.
Yeah, fat guys.
Yeah.
Fat guys have heart attacks.
Just quit.
No, it was a great night. It was so fun. There was a ton of people there.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how packed it was.
Well, and that's the when you can come together for an event like your guys or an event like that, and you see the people that come in. Half the time, you don't even know half the people that are there. They're just showing up to support.
Dude,
and-
people are going to go out on a weekend and spend their money wherever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you throw a great event, they're going to say, you know what, I'm going to come to your event and spend my money there. Because then this money that's going to whoever instead is going to a great cause.
Well, and
It
you know,
really was.
we wish that the charity was the draw. The draw is really the gimmick. I mean, it's really
Well, that's
goofy.
what makes it
that's
so
the
good.
whole-
And it's
though,
what's
you know?
fun. And people do, like, they all bring that extra $40 to buy raffle tickets and things like that.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that. What do you guys got? I know you guys do like jelly jars and the jelly jar prizes or whatever you call it,
jelly jar
Chinese
tournament?
raffle bid. Or
Oh,
no,
we
you do,
did-
or is it a silent auction?
jar?
Where have you?
Is it a silent
have
auction?
You not been to this
No,
thing?
we don't do an auction. We did one
You
auction
guys
at
got a
one
bunch
party.
of
It
shit that's
failed.
always there.
Dumb
We
shit was, like,
raffle
the
off
last
all
thing.
kinds
Oh,
of
it's
stuff.
raffles.
Yeah, we do a
yeah,
bunch
so
of
we
raffles.
have prize baskets that we raffle off.
Okay.
We also have some bigger items like Tigers tickets and stuff like that we'll do a special.
Well, yeah, but how do you guys do that?
Well,
we
we got-
have great friends, and we go out there soliciting donations from our friends who own businesses around town. So they've all been wonderful the past 7 years. Have always donated.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful. It's a great experience of just going to them. Like, you think they're sick and tired of you coming up to them going, "I know you want something," but like, no, it's going for a great
They want
cause.
to
and
do
They
they're-
already have it ready for us. But
Yeah, they know we're coming.
They look
They know
forward
we're
to it.
And we have a great relationship with Nick Richmond, who used to work for Heineken, then Cuervo. Now he's runs the entire Midwest for Jaeger, and he opened up their storage locker for us.
He's like, here, take what you
Take speaker towers,
Seriously.
take hockey
Wow.
sticks, we have so many Jaeger track jackets, and they're not even cheesy.
nice.
They're black with like a little pinstripe and a Jaeger. They're great.
Dude, I
They
want
don't
one of
taste as
those.
good as Jaeger
Like,
does.
one of the
but
sponsors.
I
Atwater.
got
just-
five. I got 5 on one of those.
Atwater
Atwater
Brewery?
in Easttown.
Atwater
Yeah,
in
so Atwater
Easttown.
Brewery is one of the sponsors, and printed up this gigantic poster that's on the side of the whiskey right now.
Did you see the picture on the Facebook feed? It's
I did.
literally that's not Photoshop. That's an actual poster hanging on the side of whiskey that Mikey designed. By the way, he does all of our
Nice.
logos.
He
All
also
of our-
did these amazing Punchki Day.
Yeah, the Punchki koozies you're
Koozies
saying.
that we're using.
That's Michael Smith.
Then I've seen
Michael
all
Smith
the
creative.
celebrities wearing the tracksuit.
Yeah.
That's legit shit.
That's
That really is.
so
Amazing.
awesome.
You know how proud I was to see my hero Harrison Ford wearing a tracksuit
I know,
7
right?
shirt.
What are you talking about, dude? Barack Obama holding that up. That was kind of like a.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford's cooler.
He was Han Solo, guy.
Han
So
goddamn
speaking
Solo.
of which, real quick, I know there's a bunch of nerds at the table.
Oh, God.
How big a chubby did you guys get when you saw the Star Wars trailer? Rick, I know you're a movie buff.
Can I say real quick?
I think the Hulk is going to die in it.
Can I say real quick that before the last one came out, I told so many people that Luke is going to be the next Emperor. You can't not. I don't care. They spin it. They're just straight up lying. That laugh at the end of the trailer, he is going to be.
Well,
the
and
next.
if you follow the canon, which was back in Luke was the Emperor for a little while. He went to the dark side. He was an evil motherfucker for a little while.
Well, that's
name of the movie is
That's
the Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, so which one should I watch
Rey a
first?
Skywalker?
Wait, that's what we're gonna hear.
Rise,
we're gonna learn.
his name's not going to change.
Hold up, I get all my Star Wars from Family Guy. Which one should I start with?
Ray or
Hey, I just
Yeah,
have
they
to,
think it's
you're
just a
right.
positive name, but
I've
just
been
like they would
asking
say
this
the
the last
rise of
couple
Vader,
movies.
Right.
the rise of Emperor Palpatine, the rise of Skywalker.
See, I've been thinking about it because I remember years ago reading the canon books, and when the Emperor died, he had left his soul or his presence in different entities around the universe, and so the Emperor didn't really die when he died. And then Luke became.
The proof is in the pudding.
Harry
He's
Potter
like a
had to go
crack
find all
fiend.
of
Every
them.
time he's around anything evil, he's like, oh, he looks like Pookie.
Yeah.
In New Jack City, he's like, oh,
Hey, y'all
give
got some
me
fucking,
some of that negative.
Y'all got some of that force? Give me
Right.
some of that
Yo,
force.
man.
And
I get
honestly,
some force real
it's
quick?
ending now. That would be the best way to end the saga. Like, let's just flip the script. Luke's the bad guy.
They're not going to do that.
Ray, so, but
They're
I'm
not going to do that.
To change
It's
gears,
a great fan theory.
No, come on. That's like full on WWE, man. The good guy has to be bad. Like, that's the thing, bro. That's the thing.
And then there'd have to be 4 more movies, though.
Well, they said they're going.
What did Johnny
they're
Cash
gonna
say?
reboot
Bad guys wear what?
After black. Yeah.
He's been going bad since Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, he was.
Who's that?
Luke, because he wore
Oh,
black.
yeah.
That's why I think his whole emotional goodbye, fizzle away, was like, man, sorry, you're gonna have to deal with me, but later.
Right.
I like that. Not bad. All right, so sorry to disrupt the whole tracksuit part.
Yeah, we got a charity too. Or wheelless guys.
But it was Star Wars, so it's worthy.
It was.
I know, right?
It
Let's
was.
go Star Wars.
Do you want to see my Han Solo collection?
Here it is.
There's this guy.
Here we go.
We're like the.
Hey, bro. Hey, other than Michelle, nobody wants to see your Han Solo.
You want to
Eric and I are two of the biggest Star Wars nerds around. But then Augie came in with a fucking
trumped your
bag
asses.
full of stickers last time.
Right.
It was like, here, pick some.
Nice.
It was what was the deal you got out of that? It was like 200 stickers.
They're like
for
50 for $4 or something. They're like
Yeah, it was
skateboard stickers. or
crazy
something, just
fucking-
throwing 'em
In
around.
retrospect, I'm not surprised anymore that he had the clean version of Tupac.
Is that the final score?
Hip Hop Boy Scout.
9 minutes left in the game.
Well, nobody. Yeah, listen. If you listen to sports talk, that was predicted.
I got one thing.
Go ahead,
How
Tom.
many times is Andre Drummond getting posterized by Giannis this series? Over, under. Over, under, go.
Look at the score, dude.
I'm saying over, under, go.
We're down
Right.
like 40.
My son's favorite player in the NBA is Giannis.
There's still Pistons. There's still Pistons.
Yeah, at
fans?
least
When I bring Yeji in, this podcast goes off the rails.
does.
It
Okay.
does, dude.
It's
but
all about
honestly,
Bring us
the Yeji
back,
guys
Augie.
off
Bring us
for
back.
some reason. My
Yeah.
cough-
Okay, I'm gonna bring it back. You know what basketball players wear to warm up? Tracksuits.
Oh.
Tracksuit
so-
party.
This guy, you've done this.
Tracksuit party.
Why don't you guys, real quick, Conrad? Why don't you tell us how much is it to get into this event?
It's absolutely free.
It's what?
It's free.
Free?
This sounds like the most
Billy
scripted
Mays
commercial.
just came into the fucking show all of a sudden.
What? I'm here to talk about Flex Seal. No, I'm here to talk about tracksuits.
So it's free to get in.
What?
It's free to get in. For any newcomer coming to the bar, is it going to be the same deal as usual? Yazzie
Well,
shots?
if they come early, otherwise.
come early,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
because
too
it's a
busy.
shit
I'm
show.
like, no, you're done.
It's a shit show. It
But
gets
okay.
crazy. It's not.
It gets busy.
Yeah.
Come early. Come early.
We have
come
the
early.
patio this year too, so we got a little overflow. This is the latest it's ever been. We
yeah,
always
Friday.
chase good.
Good
like,
Friday.
we do it on Good Friday usually. You know, get drunk for Jeebus. And but it's usually been early and it's been colder out. We haven't
Who's
been had,
Jeebus?
we'll have the
He's
patio
from
this year.
Gothlehem.
Yes,
Okay.
and we're full
British.
circle.
I love it when it comes.
He's
to
British. He's British.
All right, so no cover. Lots of amazing people.
DJ Tom T be getting
DJ
off a
Tom
plane from
T.
Dubai. He flies to Dubai, does a set. He comes right in. He always gets off a plane before he comes to whiskey.
Well, not this time. I'm actually in town this whole week, but
I was gonna
in
say,
the
you're
past,
flying to Dubai now?
No. In the past, honestly, like
You jump off, you're like,
I have literally,
like, oh,
I
shit,
have
I'm at
come
whiskey,
off
that's right.
planes from other countries to do this party,
Nice.
and flown right back out the next day because I believe in it so much.
Very
So
cool.
there you go.
How
It
many
is
subwoofers
cool.
are you bringing this year?
Oh, Jesus.
7, 8, maybe.
Like my goal is for him to rattle the shit off the walls at that bar. And if
Right.
you've ever been,
Because
to
we want to
whiskey,
redecorate anyway.
There is so much shit on the walls
Oh,
there.
it's crazy.
Like I want.
I see new shit every time I come
want
in.
it to
I'm like,
rattle
oh, where
off.
did that come from? That's been there for 20 years.
And it was off because of time.
Nice.
Right. So every time I'm done, then they redecorate and run another year.
Still have
So-
yet to go, but I DJ
We know.
Thursday
I
this
know. I
week,
saw
so
that.
I'm free.
I saw that. Yeah, we'll be out there because there's another party later on that night too. The Lucid Furs are doing their
Oh, that's
album
right,
release
yeah.
party right up the street at Smalls.
That's
so
right. Well, then,
I think we're gonna come to both.
no excuses.
Nope.
We're gonna be
exactly.
the only fags at the Lucid First thing in some fucked up tracksuits. They're like,
Tracksuits.
"What the fuck are these guys doing?" They're like, "Yeah, well, this is how we roll."
Don't be mad.
At least you'll be comfortable.
It's the most comfortable night in Hamtramck.
Right.
Hey, look, folks at Smalls, they already donated. They give
know.
us tickets. They give us stuff. They're the Smalls, Moyanis and Melody. Those guys are great. You walk in there in a tracksuit, they know.
They know where you're
Right.
at.
They know where you came from.
All right. Yeah, or where you're going.
where
Yeah,
you're going.
exactly.
Right.
All right, we're gonna take a real quick break. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with us.
Oh,
Yeah,
and Eric,
always.
thank you for always this is how I became a part of this show.
Yeah.
Was for us coming in, you inviting us to promote the tracksuit party and the Magnum PI party we do in the summertime. So thank you for always being a
So
good
who got
friend
the
of
Magnum
Hamtramck.
PI? Was it a hat? One of you guys got? Conrad? Was it you?
Yes, I got the Hawaiian
summer.
themed Detroit Tigers hat, and I'm becoming a huge fan of just shopping in Highland Park.
Yeah.
And the best stores I've learned is where you have to get buzzed in through a bulletproof door.
Oh, jeez.
Those are the best stores to find everything.
All right.
You know, the other part of shopping at those stores, you might not be the last one wearing that hat.
Oh. But yeah, man, thank you guys for always supporting Cave Radio. You guys always bring a basket whenever we're doing our Easter egg hunt.
Oh, for sure.
You know, or we're throwing a party and we need something. You guys are always first ones to line up, and we appreciate. I'm not a regular, but I'm a semi-regular now, starting to come
did
back.
it.
Oh, you
had a good month.
You're bi-monthly now. You're twice a month.
Yeah.
I love
Let's
it.
buy something.
There was 1 month
Hey,
there. It was every Friday we were
Yeah, there's the hat. There's the hat that Conrad got.
Wow.
The freaking awesome Detroit Tiger.
Conrad got it. Whether he's going to wear it is a whole
Yeah,
nother
yeah.
matter.
I have,
So-
I have,
Has
we have
that thing
shoes
left
like
the
that.
house yet?
We actually have shoes that match
Once, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, we still got story time with Uncle Augie, and we got a song that Gordy's been patiently waiting to play over there. I
He
can see him.
has.
With
Do we
Bo
have more?
Heenan, Rick Pruneda, and
Oh, my
Smoke
gosh.
Jones.
Do we have more Tom T in the break?
Yeah, we got Tom T.
What is this new theme?
Hey, wait.
Everybody call me
So,
by my
just
government
can I
name.
introduce this record? Can I introduce this record real
Both
quick?
nicknames.
I'm sorry, did I say Rick Pruneda? I meant DJ Dirty White.
I'm just impressed that you're getting the NADA right on it.
Ooh.
Can I
You gotta roll
introduce
the
the
R.
Hey,
It's
want
Spanish.
me to try?
Yeah, you gotta, he's Spanish. He's
Yeah,
part
she loves
Mexican.
rolling R.
How do you roll the R?
Ricola. What?
Do you mind if I introduce this record real fast?
Go ahead,
Okay,
man.
cool.
All right,
everybody.
So I'm proud of this record. This is a record that I did with a local artist. His name is Ben Sharkey. This was actually the first release he ever had in the mainstream. It was a remix of one of the songs that he wrote, and he has since blown up. He's on that Michael Bublé crooner type tip, but this is a dance record that I did with him for the clubs. Go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Big and Bigger, episode number 197, with DJ Dirty White and his crew singing a little, what is it?
Hotel California Love.
Hotel California Love. Be back in a minute. I like that Sharky.
Yeah, so this is his first ever release in the mainstream.
By the time you get back to me, I'll have back all my things are gone. You will have to wonder what went wrong, 'cause you hear the song on the radio. I want you sending names though. I wouldn't want you to get sympathy from the way you treated me. I guess this wasn't meant to be. Oh, oh, I guess this wasn't meant to be. Oh, oh, oh. You say you're hanging with your friends, but the party never ends. And at the end of the night, when you come home, you find you are the one that is alone. You find you are the one that is alone. You find you are the one that is alone. You are alone. You find you are the one that is by the time you get back to me, I'll have back all my things are gone. You will have to wonder what went wrong, 'cause you hear the song on the radio. I want you sending names though. I wouldn't want you to get sympathy from the way you treated me. I guess this wasn't meant to be. Oh, oh, I guess this wasn't meant to be. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, I guess this wasn't meant to be. Oh, oh, oh.
tornado and sucked in by a rainstorm, holding a hair dryer that's plugged in somewhere between the Renaissance Center and 8 Mile, inside the rock city that has spawned a unique sound. Lightning strikes twice, I was hit when they birthed me, and now I gotta live with this mouth that they cursed me. They said I gotta use it with tracks and try to fuse it, don't abuse it and don't ever let them crack on your music. So I sit and watch the people that do it and don't pursue it, and instead I jot a little bit down, then go review it. I just wait until I'm ready to leap and jump into it, until I feel a little more confident I can do it. Not so many years later I've waited and now I'm here to release a masterpiece on everybody in fear. I ain't holding nothing back in a world that's full of evil. My words can only injure or hurt so many people. I'm here to trade spaces, shatter and blaze faces with guitars and bass lines and embrace the break stages. The pain will come in phases, but now it's just outrageous when I'm knocking in me, cocking my gauge, cause I'm impatient. Let them know that you ain't heard from the world on down to New Orleans. You can tell them that I said you can tell them that. Let them know that you ain't heard from the world. To the criminals roaming the streets, you can tell them that I said you can tell them that. I waited so long to unleash on these streets a diary with more fury and sprees than Elise Keys. My words are nightmare visions of movies of non-fiction, intertwined in each rhyme that I spit with sweet diction. The rest is so pathetic, at best are copacetic. By the time it hits you dead in the chest, I hope you get it. I'm out to break laws, slice and break jaws, or I'll be on your stage with an axe and chainsaw. Of course, my pain's raw, my brain is off a little. Ever since the first time I could rhyme and solve a riddle. Simon says go ahead and block the silence and with everybody who said to stop the violence. Go on and tell your parents I'm evil and I'm the devil, when it's gonna take a nation to mill to stop a rebel. Cause now it's all over, I'm crazy and even zany. Lyrically Scorsese on a track from Mr. Sandy. Let 'em know that you ain't heard from the one all the way back to Queens. You can tell 'em that I said you can tell 'em that ain't a room. Let 'em know that you ain't heard from the one. Remember you heard that from me. You can tell 'em that.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Big and Bigger here on Cave Radio, broadcasting www.crbradio.com. We're broadcasting live on the Cave Radio page on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitter at Real Cave Radio. Go on over there and check it out. Also, you can check us out on our app, which you can download for free, Cave Radio, all one word, on your Apple or Android, whatever the fuck they call them, the Play Store.
Device.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're also on
I lost my
TuneIn Radio. What?
Yes, iOS, Android,
Do
TuneIn.
you have any headphones? Yeah.
Lost them.
Hey, he's got no headphones.
All right.
Dawn, he's got no headphones.
What's that mean?
I'm kidding. We don't nothing. We were fucking with you earlier. No, we don't care.
Pretending like you.
It's all right.
He hasn't had him on all night.
Good
I
luck,
don't
me.
know. Oh, you wanted to put him on the.
Yeah, because I have to hear the guitars.
I got you.
Yeah.
Do you want mine?
Okay.
All right. So we got DJ Dirty White, Bo, Smoke Jones, and Gordy in here, and they're gonna give us a little
preview.
Hotel California Love. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what to call it. What is the 4-star?
4-star.
Part of 4-star.
/ Ghetto Blaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
I like to welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrums like a slug to your chest. Pack a vest for your Jimmy with the city assessed. We in that sunshine state. Bomb-ass hemp beat, a state where you never find the dance floor empty. And pimps be on a mission for them greens. Lean, mean, money-making machines, serving fiends. Been in this game for 20 years, making rap tunes. Ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoon, now it's 95. And clock me and watch me, diamond shining. Looking like I robbed Liberace. It's all good, from Diego to the Bay. Your city is the bomb if your city make it pay. Throw up a finger if you feel the same way. We putting it down for California, yeah.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place.
Get 'em smoke.
Such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can have it here.
Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochies screaming. Fiending for money and alcohol, the life of a West Side Cali. Dollar side, it's all raw. Only in Cali where we riot, not rally, so live and die. In LA we wearing Chucks, not Babbies.
Yeah, that's right.
Cause they lokes in khaki suits and ride is what we do. Flossing but have caution, we collide with other crews. Famous because we program. West Side, let them recognize from Long Beach to Rose Grand. Bumping and grinding like a slow jam. It's West Side, so you know the road won't dial down to no man. Say what you say, or give me that bomb beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area to back down. Cali is where they put their Mac down. Give me love.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
Get it.
Such a lovely place. Such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find it here.
Nasty.
Fucking show off.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait till you hear that with a live band, though.
4-star.
That's amazing.
Now keep in mind that's accompanied by some hip hop drums and an electric guitar and some incredible funk bass.
That's great. Just stripped down the way it was.
Right.
It was amazing.
It was so wild.
I liked it a little slowed down like that too.
Very cool.
Very.
All right, Augie, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so Dawn, throw your mic. Dawn, throw your mic over to Augie. So whenever Augie's here, second Sundays with Augie. Augie's a good storyteller, and he's met a bunch of people, and he's done a bunch of cool things, and he has an amazing outfit collection. And we try to
Call it a
incorporate
costume closet, but you know.
all of that.
When do you come dressed as Han Solo?
That's coming.
He's good. But we do a thing called Story Time with Uncle Augie, where Augie's going to tell us 3 stories. One of these stories is true. We have to guess which one of these stories is true. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So inspired by this recent opening day when I didn't have a great ending, I might have tripped and skinned my knee a little bit, and it hurt. I got a little boo-boo.
Yeah, boo-boo.
So I thought back about some of the really dumb injuries I've sustained while doing dumb shit as a kid, or as a person, we'll say.
As a person.
And the best part is every one of these stories has the exact same cast of characters. It's me, who the injury occurred to, or didn't.
Alcohol.
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily. Mike Sanchez, my childhood best friend, Chris Canciani, and Dave Durfee. All those 4 guys were all in the same room or the same spot when this stuff happened. So I'm doing these in chronological order from youngest to oldest.
Okay.
All right. So
Dawn, what does
I don't know
chronological
that
mean?
you guys all know just how.
Exactly. Okay, Augie.
From little to
Keep
big.
going. Keep going, Augie.
Little
I
to
just
big.
love when you talk. That's my favorite.
So I don't know if you guys know like what a high-powered Catholic youth I used to be. I used to run youth groups and I used to do church groups and stuff. And so I went to this. I used to go to this Catholic youth convention every year called Rainbow, and all these different Catholic youth groups would come together. And I was like a youth leader and all this stuff. And that was like I was like maybe 15, and this is kind of when I first realized that I could dance. I was like had pretty good rhythm, you know. So my buddies and I were dancing, and we realized we could
Who
do.
told you you could dance?
Oh, trust me, I can fucking dance.
From the mirror?
Right.
I
want to see it. You can't. Just let me tell the damn
Yeah, tell
story.
the
This is
story.
what happens when I bring Yeji. What's that? That's not the false. Okay. So me and my buddies realized that we can do the splits because we're 15 and we can bounce, right?
Mhm.
So we're jumping off chairs during this dance at this Catholic youth convention doing the splits, and I feel a pop in my knee, like we're popping down, popping back up, spinning around. We're just showing off in front of all these. Will the peanut gallery shut the hell up?
Well, you know this one's false. So go
What's
ahead.
up? What's up, David Lee Roth?
So anyway, we're having a good time to dance, and I feel
Someone
a pop
just
in my
snorted.
knee. I'm like, God damn it. So I keep dancing, having a great time. Everyone's rocking out. I'm still jumping off tables, doing spins, and popping it up out of the splits like Prince and shit. I ended up tearing the cartilage out of my knee and having to have 2 surgeries on my knee because of that
Oh,
Catholic
Jesus.
church dance.
Okay, story number 2.
Story number 2. We're
I'm moving
17 years old. It's me, me, Mike, Chris, and my buddy Dave. We're playing basketball in my backyard. Now, I had one of those basketball hoops you could make a little bit lower because we were only like 6 feet and 5'10".
And you're
we're,
white.
We're playing, and so we're playing this intense game of basketball with the mini ball. So now we can pass to each other.
Oh, you can palm it. So you can
Yeah,
dunk
so you
it.
can palm it so we could dunk and throw each other alley-oops. And, we're like,
Alley-oop?
we're like
Alley, who the fuck's
17,
alley-oop?
18. This is like as athletic as any of us have ever been. And so we're jumping around and dunking and playing on each other and talking shit. And the ball goes over the fence, and I run over to get the ball, and I jump up. And I'm like, damn, and I didn't get it. So, like you jump up on the fence, you push yourself up. And I come back down, I go to run away, and oh, crap. My hand was stuck in the fence. The metal had gone through my hand and out the other side. Out through the skin. Out through the skin. So like, oh crap. Exactly. And it was like weird. My friend's like, don't move. And like went and got my dad. He's like, you gotta work your hand off of the piece of spike fence. And I remember just dumping peroxide down through the hole in the skin. And it was like awful. So all right,
Story
that's
number 3.
Story number 3. We're in Canada. We're
True.
19 or 20.
True.
And this is when they didn't have cameras in the tunnel. So everyone would get up and try to ride on the hood of Mike Sanchez's Burgundy Escort. So we're riding on. We would take turns standing on the hood of the Escort and see if we could surf like Teen Wolf,
Like Teen Wolf style,
right?
yeah.
But we weren't on the roof. We were on the hood. We weren't, weren't that crazy.
Through
weren't that
the-
crazy.
Yeah, something to fall back
So it's
on.
my turn,
Yeah.
and how the tunnel didn't move very fast, right? So it would move, and then you'd stop. And it would move, and then you'd stop. So I'm on the hood, and I'm like doing my little surfer poses, and like there's a big gap starts to open up because the guys are screwing around in the car. And then I go to turn right when Mike hits the gas, and I fly right back, and I go right into the windshield. Like the one side. It was the passenger side. It wasn't the driver's side. And it busts the windshield, and I immediately pop out. And the only injury I really had was I scraped my hands on the breaking glass.
Right.
But the panic was we knew we had 10 minutes to come up with a fucking story about why this happened. So we invented this entire story in literally like 7 minutes.
Fell on our
Canadian goose.
It was about a guy throwing a garbage can at us because he got mad at us, and they had garbage cans along Olette.
Yeah.
And we pissed off this guy from his girl, and he threw a garbage can on the windshield because it's the only thing we could think of that had the same shape as a body hitting the windshield. And the dude at the border bought it, and it was like we went to McDonald's and celebrated.
All right.
Did you have
so,
a McPizza?
All right, we were 19, 20 years old. We couldn't
All
go
right,
anywhere else.
Rick. Which of those stories do you think is true?
The middle.
The middle story.
Two.
So
All right. Number 2, Bo.
I had a lot of fucked up experiences in Windsor, so I'm gonna say 3.
All right. So Bo says 3.
I had some pretty crazy stories. You
say
wouldn't
the
believe
McDonald's. You say the hook
2,
in the
3.
hand.
All right. Smoke.
Going 3.
Smoke's going with 3. All right.
2.
Gordy's going with 2.
Augie, which story you
I
think is
don't
true?
know. I think he
Conrad, what do you think? Which
Dance.
one's true?
He knows.
He didn't even
If
hear
you
him.
know the donut,
He didn't even
you
listen.
can't vote. All right, Dawn. Dawn, which one do you
I
think?
think
abstains.
out of all of them, I don't know. I think he can dance. He's got the legs. So it might be
He does have
one.
2 legs.
2 things you need.
I think it might be 2. I think it might. No, I pick 3.
You're picking 3.
I think the windshield falling on the
All right, Big Al, what do
windshield.
you think it is?
I think 3.
3?
I think he was
See the
Teen Wolf.
windshield?
Hey, I'm the only one here that's going to recommend or say that you can dance. I'm going to go with story number 1.
I said he could dance first.
I know, but then you said number 3. So, Augie, which story of those is true?
The first story is true.
What?
I blew my knee out dancing, doing the splits like
liar.
this
Got
at
in
a
my
Catholic
head, bro.
Catholic
Dude,
dance
hey,
convention.
You got in my head.
You were a DeMolay?
No, everybody got in my
Rainbow
head.
dances?
Hey,
That's the first thing I said.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw
been to some of
Mikey
those
on
dances.
3 doing this, and I was like, "It's 3. It's 3. It's got to be 3."
I got crazier.
They were acting like I couldn't dance to throw you off the scent because they've all seen me
I've
dance.
seen this guy dance. That's how we met. Protest.
So the question is, can you still do the splits?
No.
Negatory.
Oh,
I can.
when you could do the splits,
can.
did you think that was cool? All right, I'm just
It
checking.
was cool.
It was the dancer splits, right? It was
How
the
long
dancer-
I
ago
want
was
to
it?
see him do it.
How long ago was it? What year? Like decade?
We're talking 94.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
early
not.
three.
I mean, that's
No,
only
yeah,
a decade after Footloose, and
I was
that's-
like doing it was too. I got the power too, or maybe
Yeah.
it was "Rub You the Right Way" by Johnny Gill. One
Yeah,
of
he
those
might.
two.
Yeah, he might have had hammer pants.
like
on.
we all thought the angry dance was amazing. I don't care who
Right.
you are.
so just a
Angry
couple of
dance
the
is coolest
comments.
thing.
Tasha says Dawn is not passing her sobriety test. I used to go to the Friendship House after school when I went to St. Lad's. Rick says, "Love you all back, brother." That's you, Rick.
Yeah, to the gypsies.
James Flanagan, looking forward to seeing Tracksuit 7. See you there, Augie. And then Tasha says, "Yes, great job, you guys," to the song you guys just did.
Thank you,
Hi,
Tasha.
Tasha.
All right,
Tasha.
we got a few minutes left.
T.
What's that?
121.86.
121.80. At least they
close-
made
so
a
it was
little bit of a
close.
comeback.
Yeah.
40,
Shout out to the
35
group.
points.
So Andre Drummond missed a couple free throws. Is what you're saying?
That's it.
We got Rudy in here.
Right.
What up,
Yeah.
Rude boy.
Game of Thrones, everyone died.
Mario
Cruising
coming
the
up next.
Mario coming up in just a few minutes. All right. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah.
Eat something.
Yeah, no, that's later. All right. We got White Boy Rick and DJ Bo Hemoth here, who are both part of an amazing collaboration called Deaf by Stereo. I remember hearing the first track I heard from you cats was Colleen was coming to drop something off for one of the charities that we were doing. And she was like, "You got to hear this new song, but you can't say anything about it because it's Hush and Rick and all these guys." And I'm like, "All right." And I heard it, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" And then I ran into Hush, who's a friend of mine, and we talked about it. And then I saw you guys perform live at the Detroit Music Awards. Actually, the three of us.
That
saw
show
you-
was okay.
First saw you perform live at the Detroit Music Awards with DMC of Run DMC.
It's really not a big deal.
It was
for the record,
Not
for the
at
record,
all.
Right.
no,
That's
for the
not a
record,
big deal.
that was actually our first show as a group.
Yeah, that's the
As a
first time
full
we
group.
performed together with the King of Rock,
With
with the
our
Rock
first
and Roll
show.
Hall of Fame
Dude, that
inductee.
was-
And it was just like so, and Rick and I had ran into each other a few times. I actually ran into him earlier in the night, and he kind of looked at me like, "Fuck you, Cave Radio." And then I went up to him, and there was. But I went up to him and I shook his
Old
hand
news.
after the show.
It's old news.
I went up to him and shook his hand after the show and was like, "Dude, that was the dopest shit I ever saw." And then you reached out to me the next day and was like, "Dude, I can't, thank you for reaching out to me, and it meant a lot, blah blah blah." And he, and you told us about a show that was trying to come over to your place or whatever, and it was like
We're not talking about it.
we're not
Yeah,
talking
we're
about
not.
that. We're not talking about that. But it was cool.
Yeah.
It was that was like a bridging of the gaps.
Yes.
You know what I
Olive
mean?
branch.
And it was a very big.
It was very cool.
I
Actually,
ha-
I
I
remember
can't
the one
hang
you're
on a
talking about
branch.
now. It was a show that was trying to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come over to you.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was years ago, and you guys have still not put out an album yet.
No.
So what's going on? I know you said you talked to Hush.
Yeah, well, we all talked. We hadn't talked in a minute, and it's like this. This is what I try to tell people. Like, we knew what we were getting into when we started this.
Right.
Yeah, like Bo is killing it right now to get into the real estate game. I said for the first time in my life since I went to Specs Howard, I'm the only one with downtime. Hush is he's a single father, raising his
kids,
3 sons,
works
working
at
his ass
Delta.
off at Delta. You
Ryan,
know,
Powerdice.
Has Critical Bill, his job. He's working like 10, 12-hour days.
DJ
constantly.
Invisible's touring the world.
DJ
Invisible's
Invisible's
being a legend.
Yeah,
Doing
he's
what
being a
legends
legend.
do,
He's
you know?
going through something too. So
We all kind of knew this was going to happen when it happened.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong. We did our thing to hype it up, and we got everybody ready for it, but it was like, we can't promise when it's going to come out. It's coming. We're
Right.
still working. We got more coming. We have songs people haven't heard yet. We have a whole bunch more on deck.
we have a
that just
track
have to
with
get to this-
DMC.
Yeah. And we have,
Dedicated to Larry Smith.
oh yeah, and then we have a couple that nobody's heard yet. We have a couple that are on deck, ready to get in the studio to finish. It's just a matter of everybody has adult schedules. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're not 22 trying to be this.
That's what people don't
anymore.
realize. The fans don't realize it. Like we're regular Joes. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
All
we
of
do
us
what
have
we do.
jobs.
We do the podcast. You guys did the podcast. You do your day jobs. You do your Deaf by Stereo. It's like
Yeah, we're not
we got
kids.
kids,
trying to
we got
mix it
families.
all
That's what I'm saying.
together.
We're not
pushing
kids.
hard.
Yeah, we're not kids chasing a record deal no more. We're
Right.
doing this on
Right.
our own time, and it's gonna happen. And it comes out when it comes out, and it's not gonna come out until we feel it's incredible.
Right.
And we all have been in hip hop and doing this long enough that we know what incredible sounds like.
Right.
And we're not going to settle for something that's not. So we're going to take our time. We're just going to put it out. Like,
And we did. There is news on it. Bo's making it sound like it's going to take another couple years.
yeah, it's gonna be.
I don't think that's the case. Danny
2025.
Danny just reached out and said he's legit going in the studio this week to dump the rest of the beats for the album.
Danny, by the way, is Hush.
Which is titled "Fresh Never Dies" because we're all old as dirt, but we're still fresh as fuck.
Yeah.
So, and this project it's our love for old school is ridiculous, and that's where there's not even a market for it. We're like, what are we doing? Like, who's gonna buy this? You know, like
there is though.
like Tretch
Yeah,
from
there
Naughty By
is,
Nature
and
is
we're
gonna
just
buy this.
waiting.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Well-
The market for old school is just waiting. Like,
We
get us out
played-
of this mumble rap. Get us back
right,
to
boom bap.
the
Get
roots.
back to the boom bap.
Me and Hush played our track with DMC for Grandmaster Kaz.
I was just going to ask you about your trip to New York.
in New York in front of the damn it, I'm flaking. What's the project's called? Soundview. Soundview Projects. In front of where hip hop was birthed, we played this song for Kaz, and man, if you could have seen his smile light up when Powerdice went on, he goes, "Go ahead and shut it off. That's dope."
Yeah.
He's like, "Let's stay in touch."
Yeah, you guys took you and Hush was it last summer?
Yeah, end of
Took
last
a
summer.
trip to New York to kind of, just check everything out, and you guys like hit all the big hip hop spots. You ended up running into who's the DJ?
Stretch Armstrong?
DJ Stretch Armstrong.
Just walking
Dude,
his
that's
dog.
listen. I talk about it all the time, man. I saw the documentary to the Stretch and Bobbito show, and I would tell him like, that's what we need to make this show, the rite of passage for all local bands. Have you been on Big and Bigger yet?
You know what
Have you been on
that-
Cave Radio?
You know what the
yet?
irony is?
Because that's how it was. That's how it was with Stretch and Bobbito.
The irony was, me and Hush were just in a record store crate digging, walked out, and there's Stretch Armstrong.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know if he was going to the store because he had his dog, but he was with his lady. And then he's like, yeah, my dog's a rescue. I look over at Hush, I'm like, game on.
Right, exactly.
We just made another contact.
Not that we know anything about rescue.
Right. I just was backed up. I'm like, here we go, man. We got it in. But yeah, and then we went to the OMTV Raps 30, which is the
That's
reason
why you
we
went
go.
there, yeah.
The 30th anniversary tour, and about 30 legends played, man,
Right.
everybody, and nobody sold merch. So me and Hush go running outside to find the bootlegger. This guy's like, they figured out there wasn't merch, so they're like $100. $50, and we're walking all the way around the place. We found one guy that must have been on crack. 'Cause he's like $40 a piece. Hush is like, you got a 2X and a large? And he's like, yeah. And then he goes, I don't like that price. Guy goes, $30. How about 20 for the two? 10? We were like,
he talked himself down.
yeah, we were like, I don't know if he was intimidated, but we're like, dope. And then as soon as the guy walked away, Hush hits me. He goes, yo, heads up. We look up, and there's 2 buses and a shitload of Ubers. We're like, what's going on over there? We walk over there. There's Flavor Flav, and that was just the beginning. We said hi to Flav. I turn around. I'm like, dog, there's Nice and Smooth. There's Das Effects. There's Young Black Teenagers. There's fucking Eric B. There's Dr.
Nice.
Dre. Like, they're all, and nobody knew.
Dr. Dre?
Like, Dr. Dre from UMTV Raps.
Oh.
Radio legend.
Ed Lover and Dr. Dre.
I thought you were talking about the big buff
Which,
one.
yes, the
No,
big,
he's talking about the big
chubby
fat one.
Big
Yeah.
something.
Oh, he's fat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Huge fat.
He was a very cool guy,
Like
and
me.
all of them were really cool. EPMD, DJ
Like I used to
Scratch, DJ Scribble. Like, we met our heroes, and it was just right place at right time.
I was watching on Facebook too. Every time you guys would post something, I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I
dude.
know, man.
Hey, by the way, for the record, fuck that bootlegger for not having a 3X tall. I don't know if he did or not.
These
but
guys
they
have
didn't-
been doing T-shirts for years for their event and still haven't ordered me a 3X shirt. So.
I need a 3X tall. I need a, hey,
I'll be there Wednesday to
hey,
get it then.
I'm just saying, I could rock a Cave Radio 3X tall.
All right.
Tall.
I can-
Don't forget the tall.
We can handle
We'll
that.
look it up.
So Bo is mostly right. We're gonna get the album out.
Yeah, it's
The-
coming.
yeah, it's gonna.
I'm
there's-
mostly right.
There's gonna be some. Well, because it sounded like it was coming in like a few years,
Yeah,
but we are getting
we're-
back in the studio this summer.
We're
Factually,
what, 6 songs?
I
deep?
feel like I'm talking about Ghetto Blaster 6 years ago
Right.
again. Like, oh, we are. We're gonna be gigging this summer. But
No,
no,
but-
Hush is going into the disc.
I mean,
this
we're already,
week.
what, 6 songs in? 6 songs?
So
4, 5.
Gordy,
Five
I heard a little bit about Gordy also.
Gordy's insane.
He is. He's a great
On a
guitar
guitar.
player. It was awesome. I can't wait to hear you on Saturday. I'm coming out. I ain't got my kids this weekend,
shit.
so I'm coming out. I'm gonna
show
drive
love.
out to the.
Y'all
Clem.
heard that?
Love it.
I'm gonna drive out to the Clem. So
Clam.
Clem.
Clam.
Okay, we
I'm
were
like-
friends.
I thought that's what he just said.
Listen,
Like,
you
wait,
saw
no,
the
it
bit,
isn't.
right?
You don't be calling my
works.
city the Clam.
It's on the coast.
You saw the bit.
This
She's
is not
close enough.
SpongeBob
For her.
SquarePants.
Every guy listening is trying to drive out to a clam.
Yeah, exactly.
For her, that's 95% of a point right there.
I got it half right. All
I'll
right.
be
So
at
Gordy,
Gordy.
you've done a little bit of playing
Absolutely.
in your time.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about you were in Heaven's Wish.
Yes, that
And
was
then-
my first real band.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about what you've been through over the last 15
Right.
years since you did 4-Star and then you toured the world.
Yeah, so did a lot of shows here in Detroit with Heaven's Wish, and then I had my own band, Spider in a Jar. And then when this town was circling the drain, work-wise, I had to move down to Dallas. So that happened right just a couple weeks after we did.
I got my baby back. That's all I got to say. I got my
Did
baby
the show. And went down to Dallas and was part of the tribute scene down there. Did an original band when I first moved down there, and played in huge venues. I would play House of Blues once every 6 weeks because that's how big the tribute thing is down there. So did that, and then I got a call for a job to come back here, working at GM. So I couldn't pass that by. So I come back, and that's when I got back together with Rick.
This is the greatest email I've ever seen. Yo, I'm moving back home. I still got to find the house, but let's talk about Ghetto Blaster.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So we're gonna do that.
Now, Smoke, what about you? Where do you come from? What's your story?
Man, I grew up in Detroit. You know, I've only been singing for maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, because I
right?
remember
In
at
front
the,
of people, you know?
at the fundraiser,
Right?
they were like, he's never sung before.
Not in front of people.
In front of
Yeah.
people,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
How long
A
you
lot
been
of
singing?
shower
How long
He's
time.
been singing
I'll
in
say, how long-
showers forever.
How long
They
you
were
been
like, he's
singing
about
for
to
real?
blow
Made a
people
baby
out.
that way too. You said what?
I said, how long have you been singing on your own, not in the shower?
You
like,
know,
like I'm saying, like in the bass. Like first time I seen this cat, sing. He invited me over, and I told you he's got a looper.
Yeah.
He invited me over just to have me drop a quick beatbox so he could sing. Like he hit the looper on it, and then he started playing guitar. He's extremely talented. How long you been singing?
Well, I've been singing maybe for maybe
Bo,
5
it's
or
like
6
you've done
years.
this before.
5 or 6 years.
But really, I walked into a bar maybe a year and a half ago, and my friend Tasha Owens was there. I walk in, and she goes, "You singing tonight?" She didn't even know I sang. Right? I get up, I sing "A Change Is Going to Come," my favorite song, and I got a really good response from the crowd, and I just got the bug just bit me, for singing, playing guitar, just creating, man. It's changed my life, and I'm just happy to be here. Singing with Rick, singing with my friends. But I got my own show now. Things have just totally changed, in my mindset. So music is everything, bro.
It sure
It's
is.
a great outlet.
Yeah.
It's a great outlet.
Yeah.
And it brings people together too, on so many different levels. Whether it be hip hop or R&B or rock or metal or whatever, that's the greatest outlet for emotion is music. Whether it be you just getting out there and dancing and hanging out, or banging your head, or you're on stage thrashing or whatever, man. Right. Music is the cure to a lot of things, whether it be depression or whatever. I know Rick's about to say something. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I wanted to point out that like Al is an expert with that. A couple years ago, I came out of this car accident that ended up being a really shitty racial situation. I was accused of being a skinhead and hating black babies, and I had so much anger. I was so upset, and Al hit me up separate from our chat, and he's like, "Yo, write about it. Like right now, go write about it. Even if you don't record it, go write about it." I did, and I swear to God, he was right. I wrote 3 hard-ass verses, about positivity, and all the weight just fell right off my chest, man.
But it's where we find something in common, though, man.
Yeah.
Agree.
It's where we find something in common. People of all walks of life. You can go to India. I just saw a video today on YouTube about Indian hip hop and Indian heavy metal.
I saw that too.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
shit,
the
man?
Indian heavy metal thing.
The commonality that music draws between us, man, it's absolutely ridiculous. We can have all the arguments we want. You can have your religion, I can have mine, man. But when that music turns on, we on the same fucking dance floor, bro.
It's the beauty of doing this show.
That's
is
it.
we get all walks of life that come through.
We've had
and sit up right back over there and play music, and it don't matter. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter what you do on your personal time. Don't matter what you do for a living.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? Like the music is what brings it all together.
Right. Yeah. Brothers singing country.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What the hell's going
I
on?
mean, that's just not even recent. Just happening in the last 2 or 3 years. You
Listen,
got
I host
black folks
karaoke at a country
deep
bar,
in country game.
and you'd be surprised
Yeah.
how many brothers come out and sing
man.
country.
Bullshit. Kane Brown's killing it.
Billy Ray Cyrus rapping.
You guys remember X Factor? There was a black kid with the high top fade, and he came out just 90s hip hop and killed that. Turn on the lights.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I was like, win, please win. He needs to win.
Right.
All right. Unfortunately, we got to get the fuck out of here, man. We got another show coming up.
Cruising the Barrio.
Cruising the Barrio with Rudy and Carlito. I think just Rudy's in here tonight. But thank you so much, everyone, for listening, whether it be on Facebook Live, Twitter.
YouTube.
And YouTube.
And
YouTube. Or on
This was
the
an
Cave
epic
Radio.
show, by the way.
It was.
And listen,
It was. I
we're-
had a lot of fun.
We're gracious in having you guys in. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I just, again, like I said in my post earlier, it's very poetic to me for you to reach out and invite us to come here to promote the show
Yeah,
with
man.
giving,
man.
giving our
It was
history,
our
man.
pleasure.
Like this is proof that
all
like
love,
it's
man.
not worth it, man. Life is
It
way
ain't.
too
No,
short.
exactly.
And,
in the future, you're always.
I
welcome back.
want Ghetto Blaster to come here and
Hell
play.
yeah.
When
Hell
you guys
yeah.
are ready.
Can
when
we
you guys
come
are ready.
too?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be here that night.
Yeah, you guys should.
When
dude.
Ghetto
That's what I'm
Blaster's
saying. You
ready-
saw the acoustic thing. Like you have to come to the show.
As soon as that started, I'm like,
Right.
yeah, I need to be there.
You were over there. You see me in the video. I'm like, look at Mikey, because you were like,
Oh, I'm
fucking-
ready. I'm like,
If you're listening,
I saw you. You like straight up like came out from behind somebody else.
turn around.
Yeah.
if you're listening or you're gonna watch the podcast in the next couple days or whatever, go out, support local. That's
Yep.
what we always say.
This Saturday at the Three Blind Mice in Mount Clemens, DJ Dirty White's 420 party.
Bring the noise volume.
We
3.
got St. Thomas Boys Academy, One Below, Melvin Davis, 4-Star, and who else? The Funky Fresh. Funky Fresh.
Yeah.
Funky Fresh.
and
It's
I'm
good. And DJ Bohemoth is
I'm
hosting.
and DJing it.
All right. Very cool. All right, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
It's on Friday before
Friday. Yeah. I was just gonna get to it. I was just gonna get to it. Mikey, tell us what's going on this Friday.
So Friday, Whiskey in the Jar, we're having our 7th annual tracksuit party. Jesus. Tracksuit party that's benefiting the, again, I mean, seriously. Benefiting the Detroit Friendship House. They're the only, food pantry. I wanted to say soup kitchen, but that's not right. Food pantry in the city of Hamtramck that works the area, all of our neighbors, where we're going to be. Words are not good with me tonight.
DJ Tom,
yeah, Tom T is going to be hitting things,
world
and
famous,
just absolutely just shaking things off the walls. Augie and I, myself, and Konrad are going to be behind the bar, having some fun with it with all y'all, and just enjoying ourselves and raising money for a very, very worthy hometown charity. So
come out on Friday
come and play with
to Hamtramck, the Whiskey in a Jar.
Yep.
The
Your weekend is planned.
Annual tracksuit party, and then on Saturday head out down to the Clem, not the Clam, the Clem, up to the Clem, yeah, and hang out with Rick and all his boys for his party. It's not even about the birthday party, like he said. It's about bringing music together.
That's only my selfish thing. I just do it around my. Right? If you ever notice on the flyer, the smallest part is it's almost also my birthday.
What are you gonna say, Al?
I was just gonna say, yeah.
I saw you getting ready to
hit up those two events. If you're a golfer, hit up Cave Radio May 11th at
Augie. I need a golfer. You ready? Can you do it May 11th?
You can do it. Hey, we're appointing you as a golfer. Yeah, how's that work?
And August 27th. August 27th, I have a show at the Caju Cafe.
August 27th. Yeah.
You come back in.
I play with the Joe Stanley.
April 27th.
Joe Stanley?
Not August. April 27th. The Joe Stanley Trio.
Yeah, dude, that's my boy, dude.
Kill it,
we
man.
love
They
him.
kill it. So I've been playing with them
That
for about a year
boy.
now.
You would think if you had blinders
if you were
on,
just listening,
that's a
yes
60-year-old black man playing the blues.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Am I lying?
No, you're not lying, man.
That guy
ultra
is
talented,
good,
man,
dude.
and a good guy. The
Joe
whole crew
Stanley
is good.
Trio.
So April 27th.
Tasha
Caju
Owens
Cafe.
plays with him too.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
God, I love Tasha.
A lot of Tasha Owens.
Thank you to all the viewers on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank you to
Dump shit
everybody
with
that
Dawn.
tuned
Thanks,
in.
Dawn, for being so amazing.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right.
We're so close to 200.
Yeah,
So
3
close.
more episodes. Next week, we're off. We'll be back.
It's Easter because we're.
Wait, we're off next week?
Yeah, it's Easter.
Jesus Christ.
It's Easter?
No, we'll see you at 7:05.
Yeah, 7:05.
All right.
We'll be back August 28th with Girl Fight.
That's right.
Is that August 28th with Girl Fight?
April 28th.
April 28th.
Ah,
So you
shit.
started a
Look at
trend.
you, man.
Yeah.
You
My
started
bad,
a
bro.
trend.
My brain is in Gothenham.
And he's not 28.
Hey,
I'm sorry. I didn't
we
shout
love
it.
you all. Thanks to Melvin
Yeah.
Davis for coming
Oh,
in.
Melvin
Thanks to
Davis.
DJ Dirty White. Thanks to Bohemoth. I mean,
Smoke Jones, Gordy, Augie, Mikey, Konrad, DJ Tom T, Michelle,
yes.
and everybody for listening and commenting and everything. We're out of
Great
here.
episode. We love y'all.
Be back in 2 weeks. Episode number 198. Peace.